But we aren't kicking up our feet and waiting. The 2021 season has begun. And there's already been a lot of action. Because the NFL never takes a nap. Free agency, pro days, hirings and firings, the draft, training camp, and more. We will keep you in the know with all the news, insights, and analysis. Football is always in season here. Your exclusive home to the NFL at Super Bowl 56, 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
I can pop a beer in here, right?
Your cousin from Boston.
This here is Sam Adams Boston Lager. It's my go-to beer. Not too heavy, not too light. Oh boy, oh boy. Whoopsie daisy. Oh no. Is there somebody that can help? Come on in the room. It poured right in the keyboard. Relax. I spill beer on my computer all the time. Sam Adams Boston Lager. The Boston Beer Company, Boston, Massachusetts. Drink responsibly.
Chances are the technology you work with every day is an afterthought
until it isn't working.
Technical problems can throw a wrench in your day, but computer security issues can expose you and your customers to serious risk. Affinity Technology builds custom IT solutions that help small businesses thrive. No system is too complicated.
If it plugs in, we work with it.
Affinity Technology runs Arizona businesses. Contact us today at atechaz.com. That's atechaz.com. Affinity Technology.
Everybody, Mark Asher, back to tell you about my friends at Valley Medical Weight Loss. I love this company. I've used them. I have friends that have used them. A ton of weight has been lost in a quick amount of time and the right way. That's the important part. Look, they have 3 Valley locations, Tempe, Glendale, and Phoenix. So one is close to you, and they've been doing this for well over a decade. And right now you can get your first week, $31.95, absolutely free. Just mention Money Radio or mention The Fanatic, and it is on them. 602-441-3305 or valleymedicalweightloss.com.
Mortgage rates are nearing all-time lows. Now is the time to refinance or purchase a home and take advantage of the low-rate environment. District Lending can help. We are a local mortgage broker that's been helping Arizona homeowners for years. We have rates into the low 2s on certain products, and we never charge any lender fees. Call or text 480-694-7890, or you can check out our rates at districtlending.com/rates. NMLS ID 1835285, Equal Housing Lender.
We're on a mission to connect every Arizona service member, veteran, and their families to the support and resources they deserve. If you or someone you know needs assistance with benefits, health care and wellness, employment, or housing, visit connectveterans.org or call 866-4AZ-VETS right now to learn more. This message is brought to you by the Arizona Coalition for Military Families, the Arizona Department of Veterans Services, and Arizona's Be Connected partners.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K24EU Fallon Hills at 95.9 FM.
People settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
Oh my God. Why is it always like your first day at work when we start the show? Good Lord.
You're here one day, you're not the next. It's hard to remember where the levels are.
Wow. Yeah, if that was the hardest thing I had to do. Okay. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We have the incompetent Phil pushing buttons, and we have the amazing super fans on the text line, 888-368-1580. Broadcasting live in the Harman Solar Studio in Scottsdale. You know, today is National Give Something Away Day, Randy.
Should we give away Phil?
That's exactly what I was thinking. Any and all takers.
About a game in the finals.
Yeah, let's. We can have him ready and on the curb within minutes. So all you have to do is say that you want you some Phil, and we'll put him out there on the curb.
And no charge. And you know how the station gave away some free lumber a couple of weeks ago? We can use the same. We can use the same sign.
Free lumber?
Yeah, free wood.
What? When do we give away wood? What are you talking about?
Ooh.
I'm just saying.
There's never been a free wood
giveaway. We can be
giveaway.
Eco-friendly.
Okay, Phil. Sometimes you just. I don't even think he knows what he's saying.
He doesn't even have his headphones on yet.
Don't need them.
So, okay, last night happened.
Yeah, you guys want to start?
Yeah. I don't know.
What's wrong?
I watched every minute of that game. And I have two takeaways from that game, and they're not going to be what would sound like very original in thought. And here is the two takeaways that I have. Yeah. One, friggin' refs, man.
Yes.
And really,
oh Lord,
it was bad going both ways, if I'm honest. And it's so funny, everybody's losing their mind about the Devin Booker foul, where like, and I don't get it either. He was giving him a serious hug, like, "What are you doing later?" He had himself wrapped all around that guy, and they didn't call it. And then later, he thought he was fouled out. Finally, he walks off the court, and they're like, "You didn't foul out." And he's like, "Of course I didn't." It's like, what were they watching? And then, yes, I still am going to say, even after those Devin Booker non-calls, it was worse towards the Suns. And I can show you that with stats here in a little bit. So, but the first thing was friggin' refs. The second thing was friggin' turnovers. And first I was mad at Chris Paul. It seemed like he was turning the ball over left and right, up and down, but he only had 5 turnovers out of our 17.
Yeah.
Devin Booker, the other 5.
Yeah. Well, and there's something going on here with CP3. He's had 15 turnovers the last 3 games.
Yeah, it's not 15. Like him at all.
Yeah.
It was funny because the announcer says, "Oh, there's a rare turnover." No, have you not been watching the game?
He hasn't been watching the same game we were watching. Yeah.
It's been weirdly bad for him over the last few games.
Here's the thing: even with CP3 being flat again last night, the Suns were in it all the way to the end. And here we go again with the Giannis, the game saver, coming up and doing a block. Look, if I'm
more Middleton than Giannis, I thought.
If I'm DeAndre Ayton, I'm going to break. I'm going to
block.
Yeah, I'm going to break his fingers as I put the ball through the cylinder.
That's the thing. Not aggressive enough.
I mean, you can't just give up like that. You can't let his fingertips block the ball. And if you look at the video, his fingertips block the ball. So come on, DeAndre.
DeAndre Ayton was trying to sort of finesse it up, just sort of light touch, make sure it goes in, kind of thing. And that has been weird for me all along. Somebody of his size should have put it down with authority, but I think he's trying to not foul. But it's like, buddy, there's a couple things you need to understand about the game. I love you, DeAndre Ayton. I do. But when you're on offense, that's when you are aggressive. And he's not aggressive under the basket when they're on offense. All those rebounds that he had, he was a beast defensively rebounding. But as far as offensively rebounding, he was already running down the court before the ball had even finished bouncing on the rim. I felt like he gave up on trying to get offensive rebounds to keep the Suns, more chances.
Yeah. I think he's maybe a little gun shy, to be honest. Since the last game, the foul trouble he got in last game, I think the strategy was don't get in foul trouble, especially early in the game. We're going to need you throughout here, big guy. And so maybe he was backing off because of that. I have a feeling he was. Fouls. I have a feeling he was a bit gun shy because of last game.
Let me take a look here.
Well, the Suns had 24 fouls altogether.
He had 2. He only had 2 personal fouls.
I didn't remember him having much.
Crowder had 5. Devin Booker had 7, but only 5 accounted for. So it wasn't like a weird stat sheet, nothing that you would not expect to see in a finals game, especially when you're wrestling with some big uns. But DeAndre Ayton would have loved again to see a little bit more, authority doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
But really, my first thoughts are Chris Paul and the turnovers. Wait, erase that. The Suns, 17 damn turnovers.
Yeah,
the Bucks only had 5.
That's where they lost the game last night, to be honest with you. I mean, their shooting was back at 51%. They were shooting 84% from the free throw line. They were back distributing the ball. Everybody was in double. A lot of guys were in double digits for the Suns, but the turnovers, glaring point. Turnovers right there is what killed them.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Because you look at all the stats, the Bucks are inferior in every way to the Suns down here. I mean, you want to go to 3-point.
Not true.
Where
rebounds, 48 rebounds for the Bucks, and outside of that, sure.
But when they're primarily shooting from within under the paint and everything, and the Suns are able to get a better 3-point percentage, better field goal percentage, it's going to even out more.
Well, you're right, and you're looking at the stat sheet and you're saying to yourself, all right, 10% better field goal shooting for the Suns, and 6% better 3-point shooting for the Suns, and free throws a couple percent better, but still outside of all that, and you're like, okay, when you look at all the way the stat sheet kind of spreads itself out, what are you seeing right there? You're seeing this a Suns team that did it to themselves. They did it to themselves, and it's the 17 turnovers.
Yeah, I would agree. The 17 turnovers and the fact that DeAndre Ayton only had 6 points.
Yeah, I think Chris Paul won you game 2. I think it's actually kind of possible to say that he lost you this game.
No.
I realize he's only at the helm responsible for this one, but I think whenever you're looking at Chris Paul as a Phoenix Suns player,
I don't disagree with this take.
I can kind of disagree with this take.
Because if you're looking as a Phoenix Suns player and you're seeing that Chris Paul's even turning the ball over, it just becomes a contagious.
Come on.
No, I'm serious.
It's
man.
contagious. Chris Paul Jr., we should do it too. No, he turns the ball over 5 times. That means that 12 other times, not Chris Paul, turned the ball over. One of the things you could say is his shot was off. That was a true statement right there. And the fact that he only came away with 10 points. Again, it's one of these odd things where you see, okay, which player had less points than they would normally have. And then you also see that being the difference in the game. Minus the 17 turnovers, this thing is a 10-point win for the Suns easily.
Here's the other thing, Devin Booker. I mean, you look at all the shots that he took and every one that he made, they were all contested. The Bucks defense was up and at him yesterday. Devin Booker, God bless him, he got 42 points, but they were hard earned. How many times did the announcers say, man, a tough shot from Booker? Because they were all pretty much tough shots.
Let me tell you how good the defense for the Bucks was. 11 steals to the Suns 3.
Yeah.
Although you could say the Suns played some decent defense as well. 9 blocks to the Bucks 3. So again, it wasn't even the Bucks defense that was just dealing it to the Suns. It was the Suns defense against themselves that was dealing it to the Suns.
Well, sure.
17 turnovers. What more do you need to know?
Well,
and 15 fast breaks by the Bucks, none for the Suns. That is a problem, though, yes, with the Suns' defense.
Well, the Bucks are always going to have an advantage with the fast break because they are, whenever they're led by Giannis and he's going downhill, he'll either Euro step you to death. That's where he wants to go. He wants to make it attractive.
17 turnovers, and then you look over at the fast break points. A lot of the turnovers turned into fast break points.
And even when you look at the final play there that really sealed the deal with Chris Paul turning the ball over, you could see it wasn't even necessarily Giannis getting a piece of the ball. It was just, you could see that he felt the pressure. And so in order to avoid it, he went to his right. And in doing so, he tripped up, got it loose. And then of course, Drew Holiday was just there to pick it up, swipe it away and get the easy lay-in.
So I guess I have to apologize to DeAndre Ayton a little bit. I just realized something. When it comes to, no, I'm right. No, I'm totally right. Never mind.
Take your apology back.
I take my apology back because I was looking at the stat sheet. I think it's time for a new thing of glasses. Offensive rebounds, 1. Defensive rebounds, 16.
But did you see all the wonky, weird bounces that was happening last night? It seems like it was very difficult to rebound the ball. It wasn't like a traditional sort of bounce. It was just kind of wonky all over here, there.
Not for the Bucks.
People were eating some sort of greasy food, before the game because the ball kept going off their hands. You know what I mean?
Like the U.S. Olympic team.
That's what it looked like to me.
Wendy's before a game or something. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what they need? Some spider tack. That's what these guys need.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's go to the text line, 888-368-1580. Screaming Eagle says, hey, Jeffrey and company, to all Suns fans, do not be sad about this loss. Look at it as an opportunity. The harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. And the more memorable the Suns championship will become. Wow. I want the Kool-Aid you're drinking, my friend. And I agree. I still am feeling pretty good about this going the Suns' way in the end. But damn, that was a tough loss. I mean, let's just be honest. That was a game the Suns really needed to win. And now it's all even. It's a whole new thing. 3 games to find out who is going to win. Hopefully 3. Because I feel like it might be the home court thing. You know what I mean? I think we may just follow that pattern.
As a Phoenix Suns fan, as an Arizona fan, I'm hoping this series turns out like it did in 2001 with the Diamondbacks, where the winner of the World Series won all the games at home. Yankees won all their home games. Diamondbacks won all their home games. Diamondbacks had the home field advantage. They are the world champions. So I hope that happens for our Suns, or that the Suns dominate in Game 5, go back to Wisconsin and beat the hell out of them again, and come home with the Larry O'Brien trophy.
A new texter here on the text line, 4371 says Chris Paul's reverting back to Cliff Paul. Needed him down the stretch and costly turnover there in the final minute. Yeah. I can see how you'd think that.
I think that there's also something to be said that the Suns were daring anybody but Giannis to beat them down the stretch. And somebody like Pat Connaughton answered that call. Do you remember how many times he would make that exact same three from that exact same part above the key over there on the 3-point line? And you just look to yourself and say, that's too good. If Pat Connaughton is going to beat me today as a Phoenix Suns, if I told you that his 11 points were mostly going to come in the fourth quarter, you'd take that. You would take that as a Suns fan each and every time.
You got to at least look at the silver lining. And this Cam Johnson kid, I just really like him.
Yeah.
He's really, not getting the ball enough, if you ask me. He just seems to he just has that youthful, I don't give a crap, and he just gets it done. And Crowder's 3-pointer, I just so tired of seeing those bricks. He was only 3 out of 9 for shooting threes. Now, the other night he was 50-50 on that, but it's very frustrating because that right there, 6 different shots that he took that just bricked, or hey, had those been taken to the basket, 12 points, and then we would have won the game. So there's another area of the 3-point shooting for the Suns, 7 out of 23 for the entire team. Now, it wasn't much better for the Bucks, 7 out of 29. But still, if it ain't happening, just go get the 2. Go get the 2. I was shouting at my screen last night, just get the 2. Get the 2. Get to the basket. And it felt like when they were on offense, when the Suns were on offense, they were overthinking it. You know what I mean? There were just too much passing going on. And I get it. The Bucks are playing tough defense on them, but just felt like they were not quite right when they were on the offense.
So just a quick look back to game 1. Phoenix Suns were hitting on all cylinders in that 118-105 win over the Bucks. And if you look back at these same stats, let's just take a trip down memory lane here. Chris Paul had 32 points. Last night he had 10 points. That was it. Chris Paul had 32 points and 10 points last night. DeAndre Ayton had 22 points with 19 rebounds. Last night, DeAndre had 6 points with 17 rebounds. Those two factors right there add up a lot to what's happening here with this Phoenix Suns team. For whatever reason, those two key players on this Suns team are not able to produce.
But when they lose, I feel like the Suns are the ones beating them, not the other team. I'm not taking away from the Bucks defense. That defense is pretty damn good, but the mistake, when you see 17 turnovers, that is a team beating itself, not the other way around. And
I agree.
And I felt that same way when they were playing the Lakers. There are certain moments where you're like, okay, that's not the Lakers doing it. This is them doing it to themselves. Everybody's got to get on the damn same page. One night, Booker's down and Chris Paul's up. The next night, Booker's up and Chris Paul's down. They got to get on that same page, and nothing is going to help that better than the home crowd cheering you on.
Well, let's hope that their comfy home beds, the home cooking, and the home crowds will energize this team.
Now, remember what we learned at the conclusion of the Western Conference Finals for the Suns.
What did we learn, Uncle Phil?
You know what we learned was that Chris Paul was playing through some hand fractures or something or other. I forget off the top of my head, but I remember that it did have to do with his hand. I wonder if he at some point re-aggravated it or if something last night happened to do it. Because again, 5 turnovers from Chris Paul is an ungodly amount. That is unusual. So I wonder if that's something we can account to.
Yeah, I remember in game 1, they were checking out Chris Paul's hand under a towel, and they're like, hey, what's going on with your hand? And he's like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. So, yeah, he probably has something aggravated. But listen, man, as they say, it's the finals. Everybody's got something hurt. Everybody's got something hurt. We got to get through it. It's the last bunch of games, man. It's it.
Well, and something else to remember. In game 1, the Suns had 13 turnovers. Doesn't make last night's 17 look all that bad, does it?
No.
The difference is DeAndre Ayton was more effective, and so was Chris Paul. And I kind of attribute last night's game to both of those factors. But DeAndre wasn't as effective as he was in game 1, and neither was Chris Paul.
But don't you have to account then if it's a similar game style, similar game stats, at least to game one? And yes, Chris Paul played tremendously. Can't you also say that has to do in part to the Bucks defense?
No, I don't know. I think
A little bit.
I think what's happened here is with the loss of Dario Saric for the Phoenix Suns. The Suns are out an option right there, and I feel I will continue to say this over and over until somebody can tell me why it's not true. DeAndre Ayton is not as aggressive because he cannot afford to be in foul trouble early on and neutralized by the Bucks. And I know the Bucks are going at him. They're going at him, trying to get him out of the game.
They did a crap job of it because he only had 2 personal fouls yesterday.
He only had 2 personal fouls, but what did he have?
But at the cost of his offensive production.
6 points. 6 points is what he had.
Normally, he's getting fouls on the defensive end. I mean, a little bit on the offensive end, but
But remember, he's young. He's never been in the finals before. He's a youngster out there. He's still learning. He doesn't understand that he can go hard to the hoop because I think he's afraid of picking up some offensive fouls as well.
Go to the text line, 888-368-1580. Donnie says, good afternoon, boys. Oh, the Suns parade planning committee might need to rethink their plans.
No. Don't jinx it. Shh.
Donnie. I like Donnie. He's a good guy. He's kind of a Vikings fan, and I honestly don't. I think he's a Laker fan. I don't know who his team is. He doesn't even give a crap. He just likes to troll on the Suns. I like how quiet Donnie has been up until this point on the text line about it. Boomer Sooner says, Randy, right off the bat, I need a cold beer and a weather report up here in Anthem. Looks like we're about to have a crazy storm.
Well, I hit the wrong button there. Stand by. Yes, I have a weather update from the 1580 The Fanatic Weather Center. Chief Meteorologist Randy White reporting. We've got dark clouds, some lightning in the area, and a chance of rain outside. Also, we're under a flash flood watch until 6 o'clock this evening. Really? Beware of blowing dust. Beware of driving rain, thunder, boomers, lightning, sideways running rain showers, flying incoming hail, all sorts of reverse tornadoes, and then the forward tornadoes. It could all be happening today in the valley. From the 1580 The Fanatic Weather Center, Chief Meteorologist Randy White. Back to you, Jeff Cove.
That's terrifying. I have never seen a reverse tornado.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're the most dangerous type.
They're very territorial.
Well, that's one of these things where all of a sudden you'd see the reverse tornado and suddenly there's a trailer park where there wasn't one before.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
That's what happens. It starts dropping material on the ground and things materialize.
Yeah, it's terrifying. Hefty Lefty says, hey, where's that Classic Rock Friday? What the hell?
It's Thursday.
No, I know. We have missed Classic Rock Friday. For a few times. We're just kind of busy sometimes.
Well, I think last week, didn't we have it last week?
No, it was the week before.
Oh, it was the week before.
Bruno Baller says you need to pay somebody $50 to take Phil off your hands.
Wow.
I didn't want it to go the other way.
And where do I go after that?
I was going to put a free Phil sign around his neck and put him on the curb, but Chief Skulls Burner says, happy Thursday afternoon, gentlemen. Philip. Last night's game was a tragedy. The referees made calls against both teams that they should not have made, and they didn't make calls against both teams they should have made. Chris Paul was sloppy. Devin Booker was sloppy with his fouls. The game was mediocre at best for the Suns. Now, as far as the fouls go, 24 for Phoenix, 18 for the Bucks.
Did he say Devin Booker was mediocre?
Yeah, with his fouls, not with his scoring, with his fouling.
Okay, I'm not understanding, but okay.
What this stat sheet is not going to show you is the missed calls, and there were plenty of missed calls
on
against the
both
Bucks.
sides,
Yes. You be honest, Phil. There were more missed calls on the Bucks than there were on the Suns. Yes, those two at the end, very egregious. But minus that, look at the game. Be honest, Phil. More missed calls went in favor of the Bucks than would have the Suns.
Well, I mean, look, this is the NBA Finals. Why can't we just let these guys play? Unless it's something that is obvious, why can't we just let these guys play?
I don't know. The refereeing is just a damn shame. We got to take a break. We come back. There's a shload of texts on the text line that need our attention. We'll talk some more about this, I'd say, tragic Phoenix Suns loss, except for now it's a whole new 3-game series, and that's all that matters. Best 2 out of 3 wins this, and then we all go on with our lives. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Now, we've seen interest rates go as low as we've seen them in years recently. We've also seen them bouncing around. A lot of uncertainty of what is going on in the loan game as far as mortgages are concerned. That's why I lean on my friends at the Lund Mortgage Team. They have been in business for 20 plus years here in the Valley. They only lend in Arizona. They are trusted. They'll get you that reliable quote. And if you're thinking about refinancing, whether it's to just lower your rate, maybe lower the terms of your rate, maybe down to 15 or 20 years, or if you're like, hey, we got a lot of debt on the side, we got some problems going on, we want to consolidate debt, or I've always wanted a pool. Now's the time to do it. Take some of that equity out, refinance, and get things done around your house that you want. But you got to use the best in the business. That's the Lund Mortgage Team. 623-875-9940, 623-875-9940, or check them out online, lundmortgage.com.
Among successful enterprises, there's one key factor that drives profitability.
We'll have it for you in the next 3 days.
Reputation. What do you do if just hours before delivery, the electrical grid that powers your office is taken out? If you already have generator backup, you make that deadline.
Emergency power you can control. Gentech is a nationwide leader in power generation sales, rentals, and services. Headquartered right here in Arizona with 24/7 emergency response. Gentech is a full-service power generation company specializing in gaseous and diesel generators. Gentech also provides solutions for the rental industry and power distribution. We've all experienced it. The grid will go down. Be prepared. Call Gentech at 800-625-8324. That's 800-625-8324. Or go to gentechusa.com. That's Gentech, Gentech, 800-625-8324.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100 plus degrees. 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
This coming fall, the bone-crushing hits, the heart-shattering last-second losses. LQT dropped the ball, then picked up. There it goes! Get up and free! The long bombs, quick hits, bubble screens, draw plays, slant patterns, the cover two, nickel defenses, zone blitzes, spies, edge rush, and Mike linebackers. It's NFL football, and it's coming back exclusively to the Fanatic.
Stay the blender here on 1580, the Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. Lacrosse guy says, "Shut up, Donnie. You're out of your element, Donnie."
Wow.
Shut up, Phil. There you go. All right.
What did I do?
It wasn't Donnie from Big Lebowski. It was actually Donnie from the text line there.
Yeah.
888-368-1580.
There's
Cards.
one shut up, Phil.
There you go. Cards Chappie says CP3, not himself. Do they bench him and move Book to the number one, or bring Payne back until Chris Paul is back?
Whoa.
No, come on. That's premature right there. This guy is, maybe it's a thing where you need to have a very honest conversation with him and say, Chris, if it's not there, we got to, let's get you some minutes on the bench and let these other guys work this a little bit. And even then, when these other guys were out there, it wasn't like they were exactly setting it on fire themselves.
Yeah, but wouldn't you agree if CP3 is injured? And listen, the way he was handling the ball last night seems to put in my mind some doubt as to whether his hand is healthy or not. Remember, he had that ligament situation going on in that hand. So maybe it, like you said earlier on the show here, Jeffco, maybe it's resurfaced. Maybe he re-injured it, and putting Campaign back out there and maybe taking some minutes from CP3, not taking completely out of the game,
right?
But at least use him more wisely and don't hurt the team by keeping him out there and continually losing the ball.
Well, it's really more about Chris Paul, and he said it himself, decision making. A lot of those turnovers had nothing to do with his shooting. Had nothing to do with anything but just ball handling. And this is a guy who's usually just stellar ball handler. Even remember he had his shoulder hurt. He was doing pretty well. He just didn't have a shot, and some of his passes were a little bit wobbly. But he still could handle the ball. Right now, he's not handling the ball.
He's not handling the ball.
Stop, Phil.
He's not handling the ball, and he's also not able to shoot the ball very well either.
So Berg says, "Go Suns." Well done, sir. Jagdog says, "Shut the Phil up. Suns beat themselves." Hey, Phil, how about you take this segment off and go beat yourself?
Well,
okay. I'm just going to add that in because I don't want. We don't want.
I was going to say, we got a whole 3 minutes during the break. That's all I need.
Screaming Eagle says, "Randy, seems like there is a lot of weather."
Yeah. Do I need to do another severe weather update?
It might get that bad.
From the 1580, the Fanatic Weather Center?
No, we just had.
Yeah, I mean, coming in from the northwest, there's a lot of active weather, and listen, there's a lot of volume of what do you call that? The moisture in the air. So anything can happen at any time here in Phoenix, Arizona. As
you go
most
outside,
of us veterans will know.
Yeah, you go outside, you're going to get wet.
I got spritz a little bit on the way in.
Yeah.
Thunder Snow says Laker Phil sticking pins in the hands of Chris Paul and the Voodoo Doll. I guess.
So.
Yeah.
No.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Can I get a Burning Hill Phil? And he says, "How about a Burning Hill Phil? Shut the hell up, Big Steve."
Wow, that's different.
I think I'll take that.
Well, we're not looking to burn in hell, Phil.
No.
Yeah, we just want him to shut the hell up. That's all. Boomer Sooner says, "Jeffrey, I'll get rid of Phil for $49. Wait a second. Are you an undercover cop? Because I know how this goes.
$49. Huh?
Mr. Wilbur says, "I called my first girlfriend a reverse tornado." All right, you fill in the blanks. Shamoy says, "Shame on the Phoenix airport for not letting Phoenix come greet their heroes home." I saw that. I thought it was a joke, but somebody's like, SWAT teams are surrounding the airport. Don't come say wee to the Suns.
Why not?
I don't know. Don't know why that
What's the
happened.
explanation for that?
But it was, I can't remember it didn't say SWAT, but it said like airport event security, something like that. And they were just driving around and like, don't come here. Don't come here. Don't come and cheer on this team. It would have been nice though, wouldn't it? Would have been nice. You come back, you've lost 2 in a row for the first time since early in the playoffs. You beat the hapless Lakers, and and bring them home and say, "Hey, we still love you. Come on, you can do this." You can give them that encouragement.
Well, yeah, but listen, if they come home, show up at the arena, buy the tickets. I understand ticket prices are actually coming down. To be up in the nosebleeds, it's only going to cost you about $1,200 a ticket.
Hard no,
and you go out and support your team and scream and yell. Go to the watch parties. Stand up at home. Fly your flags of victory for the Valley. Do all that stuff. You don't have to go to the airport, but maybe if the Suns go back to Wisconsin and win, and win the championship there,
then you meet them at the airport.
I think then all bets are off.
There's no way they'd stop you.
No,
there's no way. So I don't know. Senior Wake and Bake says, "Phil, your commentary brings scar tissue to our ears, jackass. Go Suns."
Scar tissue.
He goes on and says, "Phil, when you speak, you resemble an infant baby crying."
Oh boy.
Jackass. Go Suns. By the way, I think he signs every text. Jackass. Go Suns.
Okay. I like how you say jackass.
What's good, duo? Phil, you're fired. Yeah, refs mucked it up a bit. Also, turnovers didn't help. Phil, you jackass. Go Suns.
Did you just add that one?
No, it's actually come around. Look at my screen.
Wow.
I'm not making this up. Rough Rob texts in, says the crypt keeper pulling the strings on the refs. I don't know that. God, really? Because he seems Adam Silver seems like a really good commissioner. And
really? Well, he was for a while, and now the players are kind of like, what?
Well, you got to make up your mind, because 1 minute you're saying they're a bunch of spoiled rich kids.
Yes.
And
I haven't
the next
changed
thing
that.
now you're saying that the turtle without a shell, Adam Silver, is maybe not a good dude after all.
I think the NBA is getting exactly what they wanted, and I don't think it's too far-fetched to think. The reason that douchebag official that has a history with Chris Paul has been assigned to this finals, there's a reason for that. And now they are guaranteed at least a 6-game final between Milwaukee. I think the NBA got exactly what they wanted.
Yeah, I'm wondering how big of a conspiracy this really would be. Is it subtle? Is it very, direct? Wanting something, hoping for something is one thing.
Yeah.
Doing things to make it actually happen, a complete other thing. And I don't know if I'm ready to say that the NBA is pulling these strings on purpose, and that's why the Suns get screwed every chance they get.
I'm not saying the NBA is trying to screw the Suns. I'm just saying the NBA wanted a 6-game at least finals series.
Well, if they're trying to screw them, they put on the wrong music.
So Papa Mike, another example of a super fan who his job has stopped him from being able to listen live and text in. And he's like saying, hey, I'm going to be retiring pretty soon. He says, I'll be listening all the time. But right now, all I can do is email in.
Yes.
So Papa Mike emailed last night, says, hello, Jeffrey and Randy. I sure wish I was able to text in during the Daily Blender live show. But here's my take on the Suns Bucks series. Bottom line, I blame Radio Ron.
What?
Follow the bouncing ball. He goes on and say, okay, first 2 games, Bruce, Chief, Dale, Big Steve, not on air. They were on vacation.
Wow.
Second 2 games, everybody's back from vacation and on air. Losses.
Wow.
So if Radio Ron wants the Suns to win, he'll get them all off air until the series is over.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Papa Mike.
Wow, Papa Mike, that's strong right there. The force is powerful with you, Papa Mike.
Do you think maybe we should try that thing?
Absolutely.
We should definitely go on vacation.
Yes,
That's it.
for the betterment of the Suns.
And I think we should start right now. All right, I'll see you guys later. After the finals. Bye.
No.
What?
We don't have anything set up for
What?
that. We don't have anything set up for that.
Flip the switch and put on what are those guys?
Yeah, I've got the button. I can put
over there on the bar stool.
I can.
We're here.
Push the button.
We're here. We should.
So you're saying we should just finish it up?
Yeah, and I got a lot of stuff here. So, and there's a lot of people on the text line that want to say something.
I was going to buy you whiskey, but okay.
You'd still buy me whiskey. I've got plenty in the office.
I'll take Jeffrey's whiskey.
So you don't get none because you're running the board. That's an FCC regulation. We can do what the hell we want.
Yeah.
You cannot.
Randy, you want to switch?
It's a true story. Large Marg says, can we get a Luke Skywalker Terminator hand bolted on the CP3 or something? Just, those little.
I could see what you mean.
Yeah. Screaming Eagle says, don't worry about it, buddy. Thunder Snow says, does Phil do masonry? Because if so, I'll take them off your hands for $50. You ever do any bricklaying?
No, I can't say.
We know you've not done a whole lot of pipe laying, but have you ever done any bricklaying?
No. You know what? I do know how to lay it down.
Boomer Sooner says, wow, Jeffrey, I think this might be getting to Phil. Everybody hating on him every day, every minute of the show. Phil, you okay over there? Sitting there in that hot seat there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not on the hot seat today. I didn't make a losing bet here today. Today's a fine day.
What bet was there?
Oh, I'm just saying I didn't make a losing bet.
There was no bet. The only bet that you've made with me lately, you've lost.
Horrifically.
I think I'm 100% against you in bets.
Pretty sure. 2 out of 2. Way to go.
Still 100%, right?
Both your free throws.
Still 100%.
Yeah.
Chief Skulls Burner says, what about Monty Williams during last night's game? I'm starting to question some of his substitutions, maybe sticking with Booker and Paul too much. Make sure he's not too much of a player's coach during these next couple of games.
Well, aren't you gonna, pardon the expression, but aren't you gonna ride the horse that got you there?
Yeah.
Hey, wouldn't you? Why would you change that up if it's worked for you?
Agree.
Why change it up? Now, maybe after that last night's game, maybe you take a look at the film, you talk it over with your assistant coaches, you come up with a different strategy. Those are called adjustments. But when you ride the horse, you got you there.
And listen, Devin Booker, he had 40 plus points, and it's a good thing you left him out there.
Right.
Chris Paul, you keep thinking, okay, he's going to get past his little yips. He's going to get past whatever the hell's going on with him. He's going to be okay. You got to give him a chance to play through that. You can't just yank him off the court, because maybe, he, to be honest, again, third quarter kind of guy. So the first and second quarter, you're watching, you're like, okay, he'll come back around. Oh, damn it. He didn't come back around. So, just that's a tough call to second guess Monty Williams in what he did. Although he was the right man for the job in the post game when he's in the locker room, he's like, "Hey, you know what? We're right where we are, and we still have home court advantage." And so he says, "Hey, don't hang your head. Let's just go after it."
Right, Randy, you're the only one left here who still has a viable finals prediction. Are you sticking with the Suns in 6, or would you feel more comfortable at this moment saying Suns in 7?
I'm not changing it. Suns in 6.
Okay,
I kind of need it to be Suns in 7.
Why?
Why do you need it?
You said Suns in 4, 5, 6, or 7.
Yeah. Well, now 7 because I was heckling a guy at our sister station, Jeff Bloom, because he said Suns in 6 at the beginning of the series, and I went on there and says, "You get tired of being wrong all the time?" And
oh boy,
now he's like, "Ha ha." He says, "Look, I'm still not wrong." So the only way for him to not be wrong is for him to be wrong is if the Suns win in 7. So I can say, "Ha, wasn't 6."
Or of course, if
jackass
the Bucks were to win, he would still be
Shut
wrong.
up, Phil. That ain't gonna happen. Anyway, so
shut up, Phil.
Yeah, I just need to. I don't care about. I don't care. I'll take the heat. He's very rarely right anyway. So whatever.
I just think whoever wins this game, and you guys chime in here. I think whoever wins this next game ends up winning the series.
No.
Period. The end.
I don't agree with that.
If it's the Suns will end up winning the series. If it's the Bucks end up winning the series. Because here's what's going to happen: the Suns haven't won in Milwaukee. If the Bucks come here and steal Game 5 and they go back to Wisconsin, I think it's over there.
See, I would say whoever wins Game 6 wins the series.
No, Game 5. Pivotal Game 5.
I'd say.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Phil. I can't get on board with that one.
You can't get on.
To be honest, I can't get on board with what Randy said.
Oh, you're going to go with. I see. You're going to chase Chuck. Whoever wins Game 7 is going to be the winner.
No, I'm not even saying that. Saying whoever wins 2 games will be the winner.
Oh,
that's
Randy. Why don't we think of that?
Well, I don't know why we didn't think of that.
Billy Ray from Avondale says, "I've gone to every home playoff game this year, and the home court advantage has been huge in the NBA Finals. This series reminds me a lot of the Lakers series last time they were in the playoffs when they lost focus on their game at hand." All right, well, hopefully you're right, Billy Ray, because if it's all about the home court and that's the factor, then Suns will win this in 7 at the very least. Bala 51 says, "Somebody say free whiskey?" No, not the person you needed to. No. Senior Wake and Bake says, "No, Phil plants tulips."
What?
What?
I mean, I will plant these tulips on something, but
I don't understand that. He says, "Hey, has Randy seen the picture of Kyler Murray in a pink Barbie vet, actual size? Go Niners." Okay. That's 6 weeks away. Take it easy. Rough Rob says, "At least Eric Cohen was loved, Phil."
Oh, jeez. Was he though?
Individual results may vary.
Yeah.
It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
I can pop a beer in here, right? Your cousin from Boston. This here is Sam Adams Boston Lager. It's my go-to beer. Not too heavy, not too light. Oh boy. Whoopsie daisy. Oh no. Is there somebody that can help? Come on in the room. It poured right in the keyboard. Relax. I spill beer on my computer all the time. Sam Adams Boston Lager. The Boston Beer Company, Boston, Massachusetts. Drink responsibly.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100+ degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
Hey there, homeowners. Are you experiencing pipe leaks? Is your water bill unexpectedly high, or are you suffering from low water pressure? These are signs of widespread pipe failure due to old, corroded, and shoddy pipes. Rerouting a pipe or other Band-Aid fixes are not the answer. Only a whole house repipe with brand new high-quality PEX or copper will permanently solve the problem. Repipe Specialists. No more leaks and great water pressure. They've been doing this for over 25 years. Repipe in just 1 to 2 days at half the cost of a plumber with a lifetime guarantee. Say goodbye to leaks once and for all. Enjoy a pipe leak-free home and eliminate the risk of potential water damage. Call us today for your free in-home estimate. We'll even take 20% off our already low price and receive 0% interest when you call today. Call 888-380-7097. 888-380-7097. That's 888-380-7097.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Are you seeing what is going on in the home buying market right now? Unbelievable. Not enough inventory, and there is a ton of demand. Some of these homes are getting 30, 40, 50 offers on them. How are you going to stand out? How are you going to differentiate yourself from the other buyers who are in line? I have a way. Use the Lund Mortgage Team. Lund Mortgage Team is locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience right here in the Valley. They have a great reputation, and it is a trustworthy pre-approval. And on top of that, they are quick. That's one of the things. You got to come equipped and be ready to buy. So what you need to do is make that first phone call to 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940. Get that pre-approval going and then get yourself ready to go buy that home of your dreams. Go online, lundmortgageteam.com, or call 623-875-9940.
The Fanatic.
It's Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. And today is the day. Things are getting done. Things are being worked on. The cranky engineers are out there doing their thing and working on the wiring, working on the stuff. I'm not going to go into the very highly complicated and delicate procedures that take place.
It's almost like brain surgery.
Yeah, but they're out there doing their thing. So again, I just want to remind you, if 1580 AM goes off air, be ready and click on that app or listen to our stream or get on your Alexa or watch us on the YouTube or for the morning show on the Facebook Live. Whichever way you go, be ready because in the next day or two, there's going to be some outages on 1580 as we improve that signal. So 99.3 FM, everything's fine. 95.9 FM, everything's fine. Our online stream, everything's fine. So if you're listening to 1580, just know it is happening as we speak.
Yeah.
They're working on that stuff.
That's amazing. They got their screwdrivers and their wire cutters out, and they got their Elmer's glue. Then they got the bubble gum.
Yep.
And they're fixing things up real good.
Yeah, right now, just if your spidey senses are tingling that a lot of plumber's crack is happening out
yeah,
there,
sure it is.
Certain place, then you are correct. That's they're working on that stuff.
Yeah.
888-368-1580. I got to give a man card violation here and right now. Let's go ahead. Phil, why don't you guess who's getting the man card violation?
I'm going to guess the entire Yankees organization.
No, I hate them. I wouldn't even concern myself with their problems.
Guess. Good
Plus, they all got the COVID. So, the Yankees, a bunch of them tested positive. The Red Sox game with I think they're just afraid of the Red Sox.
It's probably what
getting
it is.
Embarrassed,
Yeah.
but so COVID took them out. But nope, that's not it. That's not it.
Do I get another guess or you want Randy to guess?
I don't care who guesses.
Richard Sherman.
No, that guy's got some serious issues right now. I'm not even thinking about that yet, but there's a possibility of that coming up, Randy.
Who's going to get a man card violation?
Yep. And I hate to do it.
Really?
Yeah, I hate to do it.
Because it's somebody that you like very much.
Somebody I respect. I don't know if I know them well enough to like them.
It's not Craig Fouhy.
No, he had a birthday yesterday. He's awesome.
Yeah.
No, I don't think Craig Fouhy is capable of getting a man card violation.
All right. I have no idea who it would be.
I got to send him a copy of our freshly minted Manstitution just so he can have it, because he's gonna look at it and go, and I already knew all this.
Yeah.
Man card violation. It is decided. It has been logged. It has been noted, and he will be informed. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
What? For what?
So he's in this press conference and they're asking him about, hey, we saw you go to the bench early in games 3 and 4. Yeah. And he says, I went to take a tinkle.
Yeah.
Sorry, what? A tinkle. Yeah, I said it. A tinkle. I went to take a tinkle. I came back. Both games, I went to take a tinkle. He said tinkle like 5 times. a man doesn't take a tinkle, Giannis Antetokounmpo, then it's just going to be a simple violation. It's not going to be a huge violation.
Sort of like a warning.
And I'll give him just the one because I don't know if there could be a gap between the English language and the Grecian language. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be too hardcore on this, but the man, grown ass man, big ass grown ass man, manly man, badass of a man.
Yeah, well, and as the kids like to say, he's swollen.
He's very swollen.
Yeah, swollen. See, I'm hip.
I think he's just swole.
What?
I think they just say he's swole.
Yeah, it's not swollen.
Why wouldn't it be swollen?
Swollen's a medical condition.
Because the N is just too many letters.
Well, the swole is not even a word.
Millennials get very tired when they talk.
Is that what it is?
And so they shorten up a lot of words.
I
Like
see.
swole and vacay. That
Totes.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
I do
Totes?
enjoy a good totes.
What's a
What?
totes?
Or sus. You
What?
guys know sus?
What?
Oh, I'm guessing sustenance.
No, it's
What?
if you're acting sus, you're a little suspicious.
Oh, I thought it's like, hey, let's get some sus. And it was like sustenance.
No.
See, here, I was actually giving you guys the benefit of the doubt. Guess what? That's stupid. You know what that is? That's stupid.
Well, I still don't understand this swole business. It's swollen.
So imagine, have you seen somebody who looks fat with the shirt on, but then they take it off and it's all muscle?
Right here,
Yeah.
Jeffrey
all-
O'Brien.
Yeah, swollen.
That's me.
It's just like
That's
Jeffrey.
me.
See,
Yeah.
There,
Yeah.
that's swole. Where
I'm
there's
swole.
there's lean. There's
Uh-huh.
like Michael Phelps when
What do you
he's
mean
like
swole?
lean.
It doesn't.
He's
It doesn't
lean.
make sense. Swollen makes sense.
No, swollen
Oh,
again.
you damn snowballs and your crazy words trying to change the English language.
I know, man. It's true. It's true.
Ah, damn.
It's a fair point. It's a fair point. We're not going to get anywhere.
All right, so
kids
he's
don't listen.
all right. He's a mountain of a man. and
Yeah.
he used the word tinkle.
Tinkle.
But
Yeah.
again, I just want to make
Yeah.
abundantly clear: you are saying that you yourself will go up, knock on. Hey, Giannis. He opens
Yeah.
the door. Yes, and then you'd say,
Man card violation.
Yeah.
Tinkle's not a word that a grown ass, badass of a man is supposed to use.
Yeah.
and when he flicks you like a toothpick.
He wouldn't do that. He's
No.
a very nice guy. He'd
Yeah.
probably listen to me and go, English. Yeah, sorry. If I explained this to him, I'm pretty sure he'd be in agreement. He would take his lumps and we'd
Yeah.
all go off and have a beer or some whiskey.
Phil, do you know who Jeffrey O'Brien is?
I know that he wouldn't go up to Giannis's
He's the damn
shoulder.
Southwest man card
Yeah, actually,
commissioner.
That's another thing.
Damn guarantee I will talk to anybody straight up
He
to
has
their
no
face.
problem talking to the
and
very
tell them
swollen Giannis
if they're
Antetokounmpo.
being unmanly.
He's from Greece and he plays in Milwaukee. On which of those priorities do you think that you have the jurisdiction to hand him out this man card violation?
So understand something. I am the Southwest Regional Man
Yes.
Card Commissioner, but as such, one of the commission of the Man Card,
Yeah.
I have the ability. There's no jurisdiction like, oh, you can't give a violation outside of the Southwest. No, I oversee the Southwest, but
Mhm.
as a Man Card Commissioner, like a U.S. Marshal, they can go anywhere
Yeah,
they want.
yeah.
It's the same kind of thing, Bill. So, I'll thank you to mind your own damn business. And if I want to give Giannis Antetokounmpo a man card violation for saying tinkle 5, 6, 7 times, but by God, I'm going to do it. I'll do it right to his face.
I don't think he would have any problem looking up at the very swollen Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He'd still need to look up.
Well,
and-
hell
and
yeah.
look up and
Giannis
look up.
Antetokounmpo is a big guy,
I ain't afraid.
but it doesn't mean Jeffrey O'Brien's afraid of him.
Nope.
He must do what he must do.
Understand something. He is a mountain of a man compared to me. And if I go up and say, Giannis, the hell, man card violation for using the word tinkle. Don't ever use tinkle again. If he wanted to clobber me, guess what what happened there? I'd sue the crap out of him.
Well,
And I would get all his damn money.
Yep.
I mean, I'd put up a good fight, but in the end, I'm going to always win.
oh yeah.
So, simple as that.
No, I think Giannis, he's had a very good upbringing. He's a very
It seems like a
respectful,
nice guy.
yeah, nice guy, and I'm sure he would recognize the authority of the Man Card Commission, and he would take this traffic
Yeah.
ticket or this man card ticket that you're
It's-
handing out.
It's a minor violation.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm giving him a bit of a break because of the language barrier.
Yeah,
Because I would give a violation to somebody whose English is their first language.
Yeah.
I would give them 1 per tinkle.
But you would not give CP3 if he were to have used the word tinkle. You would
Absolutely, yes.
no CP3.
I could see him eye to eye more. I mean, it's this Giannis
Yeah.
is huge. Here's the difference. Chris Paul, man card violation. Giannis, man card violation. Same thing, only different eye contact.
yeah. Well, yeah.
No, sorry, Phil. You lose on this one.
You know, here's the deal. I think the Bucks are in town, or are they not?
I don't think yet because they
Okay.
still have like 2 more days.
when they come to town, I say, Phil, get in touch with the traveling press person over there.
Okay.
We need Giannis to come down to the radio station.
Yeah, bring him in.
He can duck inside the door here, get on a microphone, and Jeffrey can hand him the citation.
I don't
right
know if
there.
they'll go for it only because one of the prerequisites I'll have to tell them that is for the station. I will need to
Well,
be
you don't
massaging him 24/7
You don't
while
say
on the
that.
premises.
No, you don't.
This is
say-
why we don't get any guests.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't want guests, but if we did, Phil would not
Yeah,
be the
well, I
person
mean,
I'd send after.
Giannis would be a good get.
I'll be honest. We don't do guests on this show, but Giannis, I would not mind.
There you go.
I wouldn't mind talking to the man.
But how am I going to be massaging the man over there and
No.
run the board here?
No.
It just doesn't make sense.
No. The only
Why
thing you're
do you
going,
want to massage him?
Have you seen how bulbous his arms are?
he's swollen. That's why.
Phil? That's like that's harassment. I can't have you harassing guests.
That my point exactly. Why would I be doing 2 things at
No.
once?
Phil is the reason our workplace sexual harassment movie is so warbled now because
Yeah.
he has been forced to watch it so many times. It's still not
Over
working.
and over.
In the office, it's not appropriate to make certain comments to other employees. It's just all burnt and warped because he has to watch it like over and over.
Yeah.
Doesn't help that it's from like the 60s.
Well, I mean, it's CRC broadcast.
They say
What do
afterwards to smoke a
We-
cigarette.
We don't have the budget
Wait.
for anything on VHS. Are you kidding me?
We all know what's going on because the break room lights go off and you hear. Okay, we got to make him watch it again. Just saying. Screaming Eagle says, Tinkle. What word is manly? Whiz, leak.
Urinate?
Yeah.
Pee.
Yeah. I mean, any number of things can be said, but tinkle?
What about whiz? If you go take a
Whiz.
whiz,
Yeah.
A whiz. Gotta go take a whiz. Gotta take a leak.
Well, he was probably trying to be very respectful in his description of what he was doing.
here's the thing.
Gotta
somebody-
go give a little growing juice. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Shake
Lord.
the dew
Yeah.
off the lily.
Yeah.
Now, somebody had to teach him that though. You
See,
never thought
a
of this,
man
Jeffrey.
about a horse.
No, so that's why I've been generous in only giving him one violation, understanding the language barrier.
So if somebody taught him and he said, "Hey," in Greek,
Yeah.
he's like, "Hey, how do you say the word urinate or whiz?" And
I don't
and
care if his grandma taught him that. It's unmanly and he gets a violation.
He
You know what?
probably
For good
doesn't even know
measure,
anybody.
so does she. I'll tell him right to his face.
Your grandma got a man card violation.
Damn right.
Well, in this scenario, I would say the grandma deserves 2 violations
Let's see here. How?
because she's setting up another man for a man card violation.
Phil, just stay in your lane. This is not your area. So I got this. All right.
I'm in the Southwest.
Oh,
All right. How do you say pee in Greek?
oh, that's good. That's good.
Katapunua.
Katapanua.
Katapunua.
That is way awesome.
That actually is kind of
If
awesome.
he says,
Katapunua.
if he just looked stared right into the
had to
press
go
conference
Katapanua.
camera and they said, so what was the deal? He just goes, Contapanua. And they're like, what? Contapanua. Look it up.
That's right.
Now,
Contapanua.
what's the other one, Randy?
Katapunua.
No, because I'm saying that one sounds like the other avenue, the dirt road. But what is
That's
the actual?
taking a leak, man. That's
it's called
Contapanua.
pee.
No,
That's pee.
I
It's a
understand.
direct translation from English into the Greek.
It's literally got the word "poo" in it. Katapanua.
It's Greek, Phil.
Katapunua.
Well, you know what it is. If you're standing there, you can't tapua because you're standing.
Yeah.
So that's why can't
You
tapanua.
can't Tapunua.
Can't tapanua. Now, not the urinal. That's just that.
So-
what kind of degenerate does that?
So is the other way yesapanua?
Maybe a panua. I don't know. A panua. All I know is man card violation. Giannis Antetokounmpo. I have spoken. Boomer Sooner says, man card me, Jeffrey. You know what? We do need to do. I've been wanting to do that for quite some time.
Yeah, man cards.
We got to
Accreditation?
print up a bunch of man cards and people get their man cards. And then I'm going to walk around with the damn hole puncher.
Can it be a
And I guarantee you,
Can it be a scratch and sniff?
Jesus, Phil.
Well, it can smell like bacon.
That's not. Okay, no.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Cardinal Art says if Phil was a man, he'd understand man card violations are considered as free to move across the country and give violations. Can I get a weather forecast and a cold one, please? Says Cardinal Art.
How do you say urine in Greek?
Urine?
Yeah.
Earn?
Upo. Upo.
Yeah, because I mean, if you wet the bed the night before, Upo.
And to Upo.
So wrong.
Bruno Baller says, how about just saying I had to use the men's room? Yeah, absolutely right.
Shake the dew off the lilies.
So many different ways he could have done that. Tinkle? Come on, man. Anyway, all right, guys. We're going to take a break. We come back. A little more NBA, a whole bunch of NFL. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Everybody, Mark Asher, about to tell you about my friends at Valley Medical Weight Loss. I love this company. I've used them. I have friends who've used them. A ton of weight has been lost in a quick amount of time and the right way. That's the important part. Look, they have 3 Valley locations, Tempe, Glendale, and Phoenix. So one is close to you, and they've been doing this for well over a decade. And right now you can get your first week, $31.95, absolutely free. Just mention Money Radio or mention The Fanatic, and it is on them. 602-441-3305 or valleymedicalweightloss.com.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100 plus degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
Distracted driving is dangerous, Arizona. When you pick up your phone to send a text message, you're putting lives at risk. When you pick up your phone to take a call, you're putting lives at risk. When you pick up your phone to check an email, you're putting lives at risk. And now, when you pick up your phone while driving, it's also against the law in Arizona. Don't get a ticket. Don't pick up your phone. Sponsored by Arizona Chapter National Safety Council and Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
Thank goodness it seems like the worst is over, but is your business back to pre-COVID numbers? Hi, Bruce Jacobs here to invite you to take advantage of a great opportunity to promote that you are open and ready to serve. With our affordable Open for Business advertising package, you'll only spend hundreds but reach thousands of potential new customers. Just go to 1580thefanatic.com and click on the link for Open for Business package. This offer will not last long. The Open for Business package on 1580 The Fanatic. Now let's all get back to business.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. I came out in the 11th grade. Nobody was embracing you. The kids were cruel. It was very difficult to be gay. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma. The hard part was determining that I was going to do it, but I definitely didn't do it alone.
At age 30, with the help of her mentor, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
I have a mentor, Maria. She convinced me to continue my education and to finish what I started to get my diploma. Just never judges. She's a true role model. If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, go get it. You can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. This is KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
Quiet, people, settle down.
Because it's time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside my heterosexual life partner, Randy White. We got Phil in there pushing the buttons. You guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. And we're broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studio in Scottsdale. I just still can't get over how bad the refs were last night. And now, hey, you didn't hear the first hour. Don't get me wrong. The Suns, the Suns took it out on themselves. You know what I mean? This is not all about the refs.
Right.
It's a lot about the refs.
Well, yeah, again, if we're talking about refs in an NBA Finals game, that's what brings up my conspiracy thoughts about the NBA.
Yeah, a lot of people share your thought processes that, this is rigged because they want to make sure there's enough games to make up the money that they need to make because the ratings are down. It's a very tired, it's a very tired thought process that this is happening because they got to make money because the ratings are down. I mean,
well, I didn't say that. I just said the NBA wants at least a 6-game finals, and they got it.
So what you're saying is they're like, all right, so here's how we make sure that we get 6 games. Randy is saying that they went and found the most Italian referees ever because now let me explain. Something happens, you go ask an Italian. The first thing is, I ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen nothing. You see anything? I ain't seen nothing.
You know who you're going to have to answer to? You're going to have to answer to Miss Kim on that.
She's sitting there going, yeah, he's right.
No, I don't think so.
Phil's Italian. He'll tell you I'm right. Didn't see nothing.
I don't think so.
We know to keep our mouth shut.
See,
No.
that's a true statement. It's a true statement.
Both of you, especially you, Phil, will have to answer. Miss Kim is going to let you both have it.
No, I guarantee you she's going to say I'm right. Because listen,
Does she have a wooden spoon?
if it's a bunch of Irish refs,
Maybe.
then sometimes I'm going to say, yeah, they're probably seeing 2 players foul. Then you're going to get a couple of different whistles. They're like, wait, how can you can't? You guys take turns shooting free throws. To you, the guy in the middle. That. So, listen, I'm just saying, it's like that. It's like every show where the cop goes through a neighborhood and they're like, I didn't see nothing. I didn't see anything. How do you miss Devin Booker hugging that fella, just hugging him hard? And then he's like, okay. He's like, Devin Booker has I guess I fouled out face. And they're twice. He's like, this is unbelievable. Even Devin Booker is like this. I fouled the hell out of him. How do you miss that?
Yeah.
Devin Booker was calling it out himself. He's like,
he went over and sat down. He's like, well, guess that's it. And they're like, oh, there's no foul. He's like, you bleeping kidding me? There is a big brouhaha about the fact that he went down and sat down and they realized, oh, geez, I guess I'm not fouled out. So he went back out. Campaign went back to the bench. And then old Budenholzer is getting upset about it. Like, hey, what is substitutions? They're like, hey, take it easy. Everybody's dad from the 80s. It just he looks like the guy driving down the road with about 8 kids in the back of the station wagon. They've all been yelling. His hair is disheveled, and he's just like, I can't do this anymore. He has that kind of weird. Anyway, so they're like, dude, the game's over. Just shut up, relax, okay? Anyway, so I still can't get over it. Can't get over how bad the officiating has been, but even without the bad officiating, the Suns beat themselves last night.
Yeah, 109-103. Yeah. What are you going to do though? You got to come back to Phoenix. You got to regroup. You've got to make some changes here.
That was a game the Suns shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Well, and again, there were some missing pieces from what's been happening all season long, and Chris Paul was one of them. Yeah. DeAndre Ayton was another one. You can't have Chris Paul. You can't have 16 points between 2 of your top guys on the team. Sorry, you can't.
So now we have to wait till Saturday for the next game.
Yeah, because the NBA needs as much time as they can in between.
Is it so? It's the game on Saturday, and then the next game is on Monday or Tuesday.
After
that,
I don't have a problem with the finals going on, because otherwise we'd have to talk about Diamondbacks baseball or the Olympics.
I have nothing on either. If it makes you feel better.
Or the Open, which is going on right now over in Great Britain.
Actually, I want to talk about Phil's lifelong team, the Lakers.
Huh?
Oh,
evidently they this is your new team, buddy. This is your team. You know how you got a new team? You know how you just ditched the Suns and you went bandwagoning to the Lakers?
Well, I think you
liking your chances?
Chasing after LeBron.
You liking that team? This LeBron team?
This upcoming year? Yeah, I love them.
See how they want to bring back Lonzo Ball? Huh? They actually want Lonzo Ball. They realize, hey, Magic, Genie, come here. You want LaMelo, not Lonzo.
See, I don't think Magic's not even affiliated anymore.
He's really not. I mean, he'll always be associated. Around. Yeah, he'll always be associated. They can always talk to him, but he's not.
Why would you want to?
I mean, you're not wrong.
So yeah, they're saying that that's their number one priority going into free agency with the NBA is to try to figure out how to get Lonzo Ball back.
You know what? I actually don't hate that as much as you might think. Lonzo Ball was one of the pieces. If you remember, before LeBron ever left Cleveland and he was going to Los Angeles, one of the most viral clips suggesting that he might go to Los Angeles was during his last season in Cleveland. He did the whole jersey over his mouth and was talking to Lonzo on the court. Whenever they were talking on the court as Laker partners, they actually had a good chemistry. Lonzo Ball, he knows he's also a
Can I tell you why?
Point guard. Yes.
No, here's why. LeBron is just sitting there, yep, talking, telling him stuff. Lonzo just shaking his head, going, It's the same move he did where he let his dad think he was smart. Remember? And I don't think Lonzo heard a damn word he said. I don't think there's a whole lot going on in there. I don't think Lonzo.
So you don't think Lonzo was listening to Lamar?
No, and not Lamar, not LeVar, not anybody. He was not LeBron because he just does that. It's a self protection thing. It's a it's a survival method.
Yeah.
Just,
I see.
So LeBron is like, wow, this kid is he's like a sponge. He's listening to my greatness and my thought process. And I love this kid. And so, but then of course you go back to Lonzo. It's like, hey, what did he say? No idea. I don't know.
I do think though.
I don't know. I wasn't really listening.
If you look at him, he has progressed and grown his game. He now has a semblance of a 3-pointer, which was something he didn't during his tenure with the Lakers.
Yeah, but he's got ankles of glass.
I don't know.
Well, not necessarily. I just think a lot of his time in New Orleans, they didn't play him a lot, actually.
I think I like when he talks.
And
I like when LeBron talks, and I think he smells nice.
And the Los Angeles Lakers desperately need a playmaker for when to spell LeBron when he's not on the floor.
I still think Lonzo's got ankles of glass.
Oh yeah. What? That's it. That's all there is to it. That is the success of Lonzo Ball. So enjoy him, Lakers, because I don't think anybody else is exactly lining up to sign this ball. The other ball, though, that's a popular ball. By the way, your guy LeBron there. Can I just say this? Don't like him as a player. Don't care about him outside of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I mean, he does nice things for the community. He's not perfect. He says stupid crap, but then he does good things. So, he's not he's not perfect. But why do people go out of their way to hate on somebody on the Twitter? Have you ever gone out of your way to go to somebody's Twitter and say, you suck?
No.
Why would you do that?
Because you're an idiot.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I can make a comment about somebody like, oh, look at this idiot, but it's, I don't think I'm going directly to somebody's Twitter and then tweeting them. This study by Pickwise, don't know who that is.
They're the guys that did the study.
Okay. They say that LeBron James takes way more abuse on Twitter than any other athlete in the world.
Wow.
The study says that he received 122,568 abusive messages, nearly 336 a day. Constantly, people are like, you suck, LeBron. Your hair looks bad, LeBron. You're blah, 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 blah. I guess that is just astounding. In a year, he got 122,568, 336 a day.
Wow.
4 times more abusive Twitter messages than any other athlete.
No, I don't know why. That's
people have nothing better to do with their time.
I guess it's just easy. I guess LeBron has probably hurt a lot of people's teams in his career, in his life. Either he was your guy and he left, you're mad. He was somebody else's guy and he beat your team and you're mad. So I guess that makes sense that, you're not going to make all friends. I just can't imagine why so many people would go out of their way, their way to tell somebody mean things.
Yeah, these keyboard warriors that we're raising in this country feel emboldened because they can actually type on a keyboard and say something, that's hurtful. And they can hide behind their Twitter tag where they would never think of this on the street to walk up to somebody and say it to their face.
Yeah, and even some of these abusive messages come from little burner Twitter accounts. Nobody wants to really, take
cowards
credit for it. At least if I make a joke or I say something about somebody, it's like my name's on it. My name is on it. you know, and you can at least, if you don't like what I say, you can.
Yeah, but you don't just go and send some hateful, hurtful tweet to somebody. I mean, we sit here on this show and we have a lot of fun and we laugh about it and we ridicule LeBron James for flopping and everything. But you don't just go to LeBron James, at LeBron James on the Twitter and say, you suck.
No. And then as for Giannis Antetokounmpo and me wanting to give him a man card violation, I'd do that to his face. And anything that I would say about any celebrity on the Twitter, I'd say that to their face. Anything I would say on this show, I'd say to their face.
Just a society of it's a bit scary. Cowards is what's happening here. Thank you, social media, for helping us to raise a bunch of irresponsible cowards.
Well, hold on, but haven't we always had this to some degree? Because there's also been, not only is there keyboard courage, but there's also something known as liquid courage. And how?
Oh,
and
you
why?
always have idiots that get drunk and say something. Just look at what Richard Sherman did over the weekend.
Oh, sure. Well, yes, but I'm saying more so in the fans and the general abuse that fans.
Well,
will give sports
absolutely.
I mean, look at Charles Barkley. If you want to look at somebody who's had to face liquid courage time and time again, how many times has he had to put some fan who's just been roughing his night up?
Are you really going to try and stand up and defend social media?
No, I'm just saying we've always had idiots is timeless. There have been idiots throughout all the time.
Are timeless, but it's an inordinate amount of idiots and cowards now.
Well, Twitter's just made it easier for people to be cowardly.
Yeah, it's given everybody a voice that they didn't otherwise have.
Yeah, and here's something. Not everybody needs to be famous. Not everybody needs to be heard. And not everybody gives a damn what you have to say. That's just the way it is.
And no more pictures of your food, please.
God, I'm just getting tired of pictures of everybody's face. I'm getting tired of, and men as well. People, all these damn selfies. Just like after a certain amount of time, seeing your face in that exact same configuration you have determined looks good on you. That my head tilted just to the side at an up angle, exactly like this. Same face.
It's a science,
God,
man.
we have not forgotten what you looked like. We didn't care what you looked like to begin with. If you want to really impress somebody, say something substantive to stop showing me your face.
They've got it down to a science where if you move your toes at an inward angle and you hip dip all the way down, you do a little squat, and then if you smile and up your eyebrows and then rest your mouth, it all rests into this model pose that you can recreate. It's a science, man. It's astounding.
Yeah, it's disturbing.
How does he know this? I'm not sure.
Well, he's seeing the same thing out there. I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
You know, Chief has got one of those.
Oh,
Chief has started doing this quizzical, weird, sort of pucker your lips and look confused face. That's like his go-to shot, I think. Somebody told him that looked cute, and now that's all he does.
Wow.
Because I'm pretty sure his face don't look like that all the time around the office. But every time he takes a picture of himself, by the way, he takes an awful lot of damn pictures of himself. Yeah. So sometimes it's a groupie. He's got his kids in there. He's got his gal in there.
Yeah.
But really, way too many pictures of himself.
I guess
we know what you look like, dude.
I guess I don't spend any time on the social media. As little as possible.
You will only find, I think, a couple of pictures that I took of myself. And that's because I was instructed to before I realized, why am I doing this? A producer said, we need a picture of you right now. I was in my car and I'm like, just use your phone. How do I do that? I don't have anybody to take the picture. Turn the thing around and do that. I'm like, oh, okay. Click. Now what?
Wow.
That was like 2006. And then I was like, that didn't feel good at all. that felt a little weird.
Felt awkward.
But I've always been good at taking pictures like this of myself and a person with me. You know, that's been done since the invention of the camera you could hold in one hand. And
right.
Can't even take credit for that. And neither can anybody else. It's just something that, I mean, you see pictures of the Beatles doing that. You see pictures all the way back to the 30s, people doing that. So the selfie has not been invented by you and your vapid, brainless friends. Okay. It's not a thing. But yeah, you'll see pictures of me taking pictures of me and my gal.
Uh-huh.
But
there's nothing wrong with that.
Everybody, you know what I look like. I already got
Yes.
the one picture.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I've changed that much.
But there is that picture I took of you with that epic mustache.
That's not a selfie though. That's you
Fine.
taking a picture.
I took a picture of you and that epic mustache.
I had a beard and I shaved. I said, I'm going to shave my beard. And you guys, they dared me. It's like, hey, dare you to come in with a big old handlebar mustache. Okay. And I did. It looked good. Damn good.
I don't. That is probably your scariest photo. If you were to have that on a food worker's badge, I would automatically want to go to another restaurant.
See what I'm saying? Yeah. You'd be wishing I was wearing a mask. Hefty Lefty says selfies are dead. Bring on the fisties.
Excuse me?
You just take a picture of your fist? He says, listen, I got no problem with LeVar. Every day after school, I used to watch him on Reading Rainbow. Hamilton Porter says Spike Lee didn't need Twitter to piss off Reggie Miller, did he? No, and he did it like a man. He did it to his face from the sidelines. He was annoying, but his face was right there, very punchable if needed. Just saying.
Yep.
Bruno Baller says, you guys had me thinking, how far back does photography go? Early 1800s, right? Mid to early, I guess. And you'll probably find the first selfie or photograph in a mirror kind of thing probably pretty close to when that thing was invented. Mr. Wilbur says, instead of going on Twitter and saying something bad about somebody, just have Jeffrey read it on the text line.
So
he says, watch this. Phil, you suck. He says, I'm just kidding, Phil. I love you.
Thank you. In October,
Yeah, there it is. There's the picture.
There it is. It is.
That's epic right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. If Jeffrey, if you were to see somebody with that type of photo, you would never let them date your daughter. In
I
October,
would not be worried about them dating my daughter.
fair enough. In October,
I'd be thinking, well, I hope they don't bother my son.
fair enough. In October 1839, at 30 years old, Robert Cornelius decided to attempt to take a self-portrait of himself outside of the family lamp manufacturing store. Cornelius set up his camera and then ran into the frame, sitting motionless for a good 10 to 15 minutes, thus meaning the first selfie of all time.
That's nothing. A painter's been doing it. All the way back to Leonardo da Vinci. Van Gogh did it, which, by the way, that's the proper pronunciation. It's Van Gogh. It ain't Van Gogh. You can go Van Gogh. You got to be careful. I was going to tell you to go Van Gogh yourself in a certain way.
Wow.
Kind of fell apart. But yeah, so people have been painting themselves self-portrait. Norman Rockwell did that. So I don't know how far back the very first self-portrait painting is.
Well, he went next level. He did a self-portrait of himself doing a self-portrait
in the mirror.
In the mirror.
Yeah. Norman Rockwell nailed it. Let's see. Lost Toby says the first selfie. Yes, Robert Cornelius. You are correct, Phil. He says, by the way, I bet on the Suns to win it all, and I'm so sorry that the Bucks are going to have the parade. Guys, it's not over yet. It's 0-0. It's like a halftime tie. You're like, well, okay, no, we're not losing, but we're not winning. So here we are, 0-0.
Would you guys not admit that all the momentum has now shifted to the Bucks?
No, until the moment they step on the court at Suns Arena.
Okay,
and then the momentum shifts right back. That's what I'm thinking.
I think last night there was no momentum on either side. I think it was a very good ball game. Two teams that were kind of grinding it out, and I think that we will take the win in is it Saturday night? I forget.
Saturday.
Okay. Saturday.
Saturday night's all right.
Provided.
Fish Tank says Lonzo Ball is Ben Simmons light. Oh, thank you.
No, he's not. He actually has a shot and he doesn't mind going to the free throw lane.
Senior Wake and Bake says Phil sits when he pees. Chief Skull's Burner says, I'm taking Chief Skull, Mrs. Chief Skull, on a date night and going to dinner and Rick Bronson's comedy to see Michael Monroe. I'm not really familiar with Michael Monroe, the Canadian.
No.
Is afterwards, we're going to go TP Phil's parents' house.
Nice.
Fantastic. I love to be at the helm of love and affection.
That's I think that's just payback for you being you. I think that was the idea.
Yeah. Well, sure.
He says, by the way, I decided that the Suns lost these last two because of LeBaby tweeting about Chris Paul and being too late. LeBaby would just keep his mouth shut. Maybe we would have an honest shot.
Could be.
I doubt that really had. My wife was like, don't ever wear that shirt again. Yeah, because remember, I was wearing that purple shirt.
Oh, that's right.
In fact, at the very end of the game, she says, get up, go take the shirt off, or the Suns are going to lose. I says, honey, if they lose, it's going to happen whether I do that with the shirt or not. She's like, I think it's the shirt's fault.
Well, take the hint, Jeffrey. She wanted you to take the shirt off.
I know. And I think that it really wasn't about getting Sese. I think she's just tired of looking at the shirt.
That could be.
Baby got Dak. I will get to your text when we come back, and the rest of you guys as well. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
I can pop a beer in here, right? Your cousin from Boston. This here is Sam Adams Boston Lager. It's my go-to beer. Not too heavy, not too light. Oh boy. That's whoopsie daisy. Oh no. Is there somebody that can help? Come on in the room. It poured right in the keyboard. Relax. I spill beer on my computer all the time. Sam Adams Boston Lager. The Boston Beer Company, Boston, Massachusetts. Drink responsibly.
NASCAR Championship weekend returns to Phoenix Raceway November 5th through the 7th.
A wild season of unexpected will culminate in Phoenix with drivers putting it all on the line for their shot
And earning the title of NASCAR Cup Series champion.
featuring 4 championship races in 3 days.
Don't miss your chance to witness history from atop the grandstands as the action goes 5 wide into the iconic dog leg.
Or from up close with access to the fan-friendly infield experience.
Get your tickets to see the NASCAR Championship in person.
Go to PhoenixRaceway.com.
Hurry, tickets won't last much longer.
Hey there, homeowners. Are you experiencing pipe leaks? Is your water bill unexpectedly high, or are you suffering from low water pressure? These are signs of widespread pipe failure due to old, corroded, and shoddy pipes. Rerouting a pipe or other Band-Aid fixes are not the answer. Only a whole house repipe with brand new high-quality PEX or copper will permanently solve the problem. Repipe Specialists. No more leaks and great water pressure. They've been doing this for over 25 years. Repipe in just 1 to 2 days at half the cost of a plumber with a lifetime guarantee. Say goodbye to leaks once and for all. Enjoy a pipe leak-free home and eliminate the risk of potential water damage. Call us today for your free in-home estimate. We'll even take 20% off our already low price and receive 0% interest when you call today. Call 888-380-7097. 888-380-7097. That's 888-380-7097.
We're on a mission to connect every Arizona service member, veteran, and their families to the support and resources they deserve to make sure that there are no barriers to the benefits and services earned through service to our country. Find out how we can assist you in Arizona. Visit connectveterans.org or call 866-4AZ-VETS right now to learn more. This message is brought to you by the Arizona Coalition for Military Families, the Arizona Department of Veterans Services, and Arizona's Be Connected partners.
This is Brett Musburger's Action Update. Simple Green is perfect for making your auto, RV, cycling, boating, and other sporting equipment look like new. Visit them at simplegreen.com.
The NBA Finals now even at 2 games apiece. The Suns return home to host Game 5. They come in a 3.5-point favorite against the Bucks. The over/under 220.5. The Open starts today at Port St. George's. John Rahm sits atop the odds at plus 750 with Dustin Johnson and Brooks Koepka each at plus 1600. Behind him, Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas, and Xander Schauffele each at plus 1800. Bryson DeChambeau at plus 2500. The opening ceremonies for the 32nd Olympic Games will be held a week from tomorrow. The USA, the odds-on favorite to win the most gold medals at minus 1,000. China at plus 600, Japan plus 2,200, and Great Britain and Russia each at plus 2,800. For vsin.com, I'm Trey Westerberg, the Fanatic.
Your exclusive home for the NFL and Super Bowl 56. Super Bowl 56. 1580 and 99.3, the Fanatic.
It's Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. Just really breaks my heart the way we've kind of wussified this country.
What do you mean? What's happened now?
Oh, I don't know. It's just, I always think, okay, well, maybe this is the plateau of how bad things are getting.
Okay.
How unmanly the next generation and the next generation and the next generation might be.
I'm with you.
And now I don't understand. There's this new survey by YouGov, and they've said, if you had a chance to go to the moon and your safe return to Earth guaranteed, would you go?
Hell yeah.
42% would turn it down.
What?
Yeah. You know why? They're like, I think it might be boring. What the hell?
Wow.
Man, all these billionaires are just tripping over themselves trying to get off this planet, which, by the way, some of them I don't mind if they don't come back. But Rich Branson went up there. Bezos wants to do it. Everybody, it's like the new thing. Everybody wants to go to space. Now, men, of course, we're much likely to want to go because we're adventurers than women.
Yes.
Millennials, far more likely to say yes than baby boomers. That surprised me. Like, people are like, nah, I'm good. There's good stuff on TV.
See, I was born in 62. I would be a baby boomer, right?
Well, there's a reason why. Baby boomers have seen a lot more crashes than millennials.
Yeah,
have.
but it's guaranteed safe return.
Listen, I'm going, man. Strap me in. I'm taking off.
Most popular response was, I don't want to go to the moon.
Wow.
Why wouldn't you do? I would absolutely go in a moment. You know, I mean, people said, "Oh, I'm scared. Oh, I have a fear of flying. Oh, I have a fear of heights." Well, you can't fall in space, so you're not. You know what I'm saying? It's when you get close to the planet that it gets weird.
No, it's actually
Claustrophobia. Too old. There's no point. And then they say, "I don't trust your guarantee of safety."
Yeah, those are the baby boomers. Yeah, no.
Excuse you?
Do you trust them guaranteeing your safe return?
I don't trust you, my friend.
I know.
I would trust if I mean, this is the premise. Guess what? None of us have the money to go to the moon except for Richard Branson and Jeff Bezos.
Well, you do.
And Elon Musk and Jeffrey O'Brien and a couple others. You know, but most people don't have the money to go to the moon. And they're like, you know, it's a 3-day trip, you know. 3-day. Well, I want to stay. I want to stay there a little longer. I don't want to use 3 days.
Well, Jeffrey, you'd use any excuse to get 3 days off.
Absolutely right. Radio Ron would be like, well, you know, it's line of sight. You can still do the show. No, we're going to be on the dark side of the moon, Ron. I'm sorry. It's not going to be. Sorry. Going to have to be on there for a while. I was just a little stunned by that. You know, the wussification, it's spilling over into the baby boomer side.
I mean, I think it would be an awesome trip, especially if you got that guarantee of safe return.
Yeah. I guess maybe people are just over it. They're like, all right, so what you're saying is I sit in the capsule, I fly out there, I cruise there for. I honestly get grumpy after anything longer than a 3-hour flight. So that's the other question. Is my seat, am I comfortable? Do I get to stretch out? Am I gonna, you know?
Well, once you leave the atmosphere,
no, that's a good point.
You get to kind of float around.
Pain in the ass,
right?
Thing,
right.
So, but you know, I don't know. 3 hours, you fly out there, you're sitting there, you're like, oh, that's cool.
I wonder what it'd be like taking a nap in weightlessness.
I don't know. That'd be great.
Well, they've got pools for that now.
Excuse me?
Yeah, you can go into a
sensory deprivation pod where you can just kind of float there and you're like,
you can play whatever music you want. You just float there.
It's unsettling for a lot of people because as you sit in that thing, you don't. There's nothing, and you hear your own heartbeat, which is something you're not supposed to hear most, you know, normal.
Right.
And as you're like, and then you're like, okay, let me out. You know, it can really unsettle some people.
Not me. I could do that.
I think Randy would be asleep before they close the hatch.
The problem with me though is I don't float real well.
Well, it's not like you're to drown. You just if you don't float, then you're just thunk.
All right.
But you don't drown.
I could do that.
Yeah.
I could do that.
I think they got you. 888-368-1580. Lost Toby says guy paid $26 million for a seat on the rocket and bailed due to a scheduling issue. Then they replaced him with some 18-year-old kid. How you got that?
Use your words.
$26 million. If I buy a ticket for $26 million and I'm like, all right, I'm going. Can't wait. Woo, what is it? Oh, you know what? I gotta go get my teeth cleaned.
Yeah.
Scheduling issue. You random 18-year-old, go take my place. Okay, sir. Oh yeah. Okay. No, come on, man. The guy didn't bail because of scheduling issue. He bailed because he chickened out.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
He forgot his courage.
Large Marge says it's okay, guys. We won't get invaded because all those kids are taking selfies with their participation awards too. So that's the thing I keep telling people. As frustrated as I get with millennials and Gen whatevers and these kids coming up, job security.
No, that's true.
Nobody is worth a damn coming up that could take my job.
Nobody wants to work hard to get here.
Exactly. I ain't even worried about it. Bruno Baller says on Saturday, the Diamondbacks will beat the Carbs and the Phoenix Suns will beat the Bucks.
Okay.
I think he meant Cubs. I think maybe it's
Cubs or Cardinals. Who the hell are the Snakes playing right now?
They're supposed to play the Cubs on Friday, I thought.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could be wrong. Kingpin says, how many of today's players would cry and break down on the court if Michael and Larry were trash talking them all night?
Saturday it is Cubs.
Good point.
How often and violently would Michael cry having to deal with social media that already in the slightest bit made him retire in the first place?
Michael Jordan was very smart. And if social media existed at that point, he would just sort of be like, all right, I'm controlling my own narrative. you would never catch him making a mistake on the social media.
No.
What mistake has LeBron ever made? Social media
well,
wise.
Many that he's gone back and said, okay, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean it like that.
Well,
the thing with the police.
Yeah,
the
there
thing-
was that thing where he put the target on the policeman.
Yeah, he's made
say,
some
"You're
mistakes.
next."
What was that? What
Yeah.
was that?
I'm not
forgot about
saying
that.
that he is an evil piece of crap outside of basketball, but he has made some mistakes. I think he's an evil piece of crap on the basketball court. That's my problem with him. Hamilton Porter says, tell me you don't salivate at the thought of watching LeBron against Bill Laimbeer.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah, that would be amazing. And Hamilton Porter says, the Bucks are going to win? Do people not understand home court advantage?
Hmm.
You know, it's not a sure thing, Hamilton Porter. And that's saying that the finals haven't started until the away team wins the game. That's hopefully not true. Hopefully, if we finish it in Milwaukee on game 6, okay, I'll be happy with that. Chamoy says, is USA basketball bad?
No, I think these are like we've been talking about this week. I think these are exhibition games. These are guys that are just coming off of a long season, and they're just trying to get their rhythm together, working together. These are the best players in the world. I don't think there's any reason to panic about it. And I think everybody just needs to relax. They're exhibition games, or practice games, like a spring training game.
Okay.
Means nothing.
Hopefully you're right. Let's see. Thundar the Santa Barbarian says, if one could afford a $26 million ticket to space, one could afford to change the schedule according to his own needs.
Yes, I agree.
He's chickened out. Lost Toby says $28 million, actually. Yeah.
Wow.
Senior Wake and Bake says, can we start a GoFundMe account to send Phil to space? One-way ticket.
Why do I feel like the guarantee wouldn't be there that I would return?
Who cares at that point? Navy Brad says, hey, here's a look at your Horse Soldier Bourbon. Oh, that's a nice looking bottle right there. I kind of like what they do there. They take the little copper in that little press thing and they stick it to the bottle. I like that look.
Okay.
It's nice. Hamilton Porter says, tired coming off a long season. These games don't mean much. They need chemistry. When did Randy get replaced by LeBron James?
Wow. Who said that?
Hamilton Porter.
Wow. Good take. Yeah. But, I mean, it's the truth, but good take.
It's not, I don't think it's going to be more the long season that it is. Okay. We have all the prima donnas and all the egos and all the stuff, and they're all bumping into each other. You know, you don't have a whole lot of, time to get used to each other, I guess. I don't know.
They don't play together all the time. This team hasn't
Right.
played together all the time.
And also keep in mind they are losing. They are lacking depth right now. They are missing Devin Booker and Drew Holiday, and
Because
Chris
you need depth against Denmark.
No, well, but also,
by God, Denmark will make you pay.
but they're missing a lot of depth. A lot of their starters are going to have to play heavy minutes.
I
Because
mean,
I also think Bradley Beal just today was announced that he won't be playing in the Tokyo Olympics because of safety protocols.
Well, I know how it looks. I mean, I felt the same way. I was like, wait a minute, these are supposed to be the best in the world. What are we doing losing to, who was it? Nigeria
and Australia.
And then Australia. Listen, Australia has had a very good basketball program, Olympics basketball program for many years.
Compared to everybody else but us.
But listen, Nigeria, why didn't we just go in there and stuff? I still believe it's like spring training. You go in, you get throttled in a game, you're not too worried about it. You get into the actual tournament, we'll see what this team is made of.
I got two things for you here. One, I ain't going to be too worried about this yet. Two, I don't really care. I don't really care.
I don't either.
I don't care about the Olympics. I don't care about Team USA. It ain't what it used to be. It ain't what it should be. And really, to be honest, I feel like outside of making the money for the IOC, these Olympics should not be taking place, especially in a country that is struggling and suffering right now. No fans, no nothing. You're sending everybody into this fire of COVID and risking a lot of athletes and a lot of people's, well-being. I think it's a tremendous mistake. And, Team USA. You already know my thoughts on that. Send some college kids. Send somebody like that. And by the way, here's something that's also a staggering thought. Half the people almost say, "Oh, I wouldn't go to the moon, even if you guarantee my safety." Only 1 in 4 Olympic fans would want to attend in person this year.
No kidding.
Yeah. So out of the 8 of them, only 2 of them would go.
See, that's too bad because I understand Japan. I've never been there, but I've seen pictures. Japan is a
very nice.
beautiful country.
Sure,
Yeah, it's very cool.
I mean, I would like to go and just see the country
Yeah.
itself. But
If you like cherry blossoms, if you like Mountain View, no, seriously, that's where you get a lot of those cherry trees there in Washington D.C. If you like cherry blossoms, mountain views, karaoke bars, Japan is a great place to go.
Karaoke bars.
Oh, it's just filthy with karaoke bars everywhere.
What about instead of karaoke bars, they're Harry Carey bars?
Hey, everybody, come on in.
You have to sing. Like you have to sing like Harry Carey in the Harry Karaoke bar.
Welcome to the Hotel California. Hey.
Yeah, I think that's a moneymaker right there. Harry Karaoke. Yankees Evil Empire says, how great would it be to see LeBron try to stand in front of Karl Malone while he's driving the lane?
That's true. That is true.
I wonder what refs would have done with his flop-tasticness back then. They probably would have laughed at him.
You know, listen, I don't know the exact dimensions on one LeBron James, but
he ain't small.
He's not a small dude.
No.
And he's well put together. So who knows if he was to come up in the Bill Lambier days.
Sounds like you're saying you wouldn't swipe left.
I don't think. I mean,
which way is it, right or left?
If he was, I don't know. If he was a rookie and he came up during that era of basketball, who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I do
He'd
think
had to
that,
toughen up. Yeah,
that he evolved, and so whenever you're looking at him and he's 6'9", 250 pounds of lean body mass, I think he would do just fine in that era, as much as everybody would like to say he wouldn't.
Navy Brad says, if you visit Japan, possible chance of seeing Godzilla. That's always there.
Well, there is that. Yeah. Yeah.
Senior Wake and Bake says, imagine these new NBA cats against Rodman. He would shame their asses.
That's true.
Kyle G says, another point is that other countries also have NBA players on them. So there are some good teams out there for who the Olympic medals actually mean something. I don't think any professional player should be allowed to go play in anybody's Olympic team. We should. I'm just tired of that. I feel like I'm the meh of this thing. Everybody else is like, you got to put your best players out there. Go USA. Yeah, let's go good at it. And I'm like, I love the country. I'll root for the team.
How many times did we go and play the world in the Olympics with amateur players and got our butts kicked
against professionals? But
exactly,
the rules should be the same for everybody.
Well, let's talk to Russia about that.
Hamilton Porter says, "Yep, depth would have helped them beat Nigeria, Phil. Sure would have." Chamoy says, "Whoops, where'd it go? My whole thing moved here. Daggone it." Chamoy says, we threw the game against Nigeria because, their prime minister just got assassinated. That's why.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. And by the way, whose call is it to cancel the Olympics? The committee? Not speaking for Japan, but I've seen people protesting the event. I think the emperor could say something about it.
Well, I don't know whose call it actually is. It seems like it would be the Olympic Committee would have to shut it down.
Thundar the Sand Barbarian says, I lived in Japan for 10 years. It's beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Karaoke in Japan is very different than in the United States. You get to sing in a private room with your group, not a big open bar room with a bunch of drunk yahoos.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah, I want to inflict that pain on others. If I'm going to do it, I want you to hear it. Cohen's Kiddo says, I feel like over my short life, the Olympics have become less about patriotism and representing our country, and now it's just a big old corporate money grab.
Could be, yeah. I would agree with that.
You are absolutely correct. So, yeah, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time thinking about it. I haven't tried to spend a whole lot of time thinking about what's going on with Richard Sherman. We will talk about that when we come back. He has been released with some conditions from the county clink.
Wow.
And we'll see if we have any new information on what the hell just went on with that guy. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish
is pretty bad. So we're using Babbel.
Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said, now we speak Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
I need some backup. I got to get these trucks to Tuscaloosa by Tuesday.
Trevor's Trucking needs 3 18-wheeler drivers with commercial licenses ASAP, or his company will stall.
If we don't move the rigs before this weekend, we're going to be in trouble.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Mortgage rates are nearing all-time lows. Now is the time to refinance or purchase a home and take advantage of the low-rate environment. District Lending can help. We are a local mortgage broker that's been helping Arizona homeowners for years. We have rates into the low twos on certain products, and we never charge any lender fees. Call or text 480-694-7890, or you can check out our rates at districtlending.com/rates. NMLS ID 1835285, equal housing lender.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. I'm a better neighbor because my service has taught me how important it is to be a team player. My training helps me in my classes when I give attention to detail to the task at hand. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my country safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard, aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Shane O'Grady here with Life Changer Loan, and you've probably just refinanced into that new low rate. But have you really done the math? Have you really multiplied your monthly mortgage payment times the amount of payments you have left? Ugh. Let that number sink in for a minute. Luckily, there is a better way. Our clients pay off their mortgages in well under 10 years without changing a dime of their spending habit. It's not magic, it's just math. So check us out at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Arizona Mortgage Broker number MB1002031, NMLS number 1863775. Life Changer Loan Corp is an equal housing lender.
Arizona's deaf, hard of hearing, and deaf-blind community is disproportionately unemployed. Those of us that do have jobs are typically underemployed, and that should be, for all of us, unacceptable, especially when you consider we tend to be more productive and continually rate high for quantity and quality of work. To learn more about the Let's Get to Work initiative, visit changeyourperception.org, sponsored by the Arizona Commission for the Deaf and the Hard of Hearing.
Download our podcast at 1580thefanatic.com. Don't be that guy. Arizona's new exclusive home for live NFL games and Super Bowl 55. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. So a lot going on there with Richard Sherman. I'll be honest with you, I've never really cared for him, on the field and in his interviews and stuff like that. The word on the street is a very, very smart guy. And from watching the interviews and hearing the things he has to say, I didn't always agree with him. And I felt like, this guy seems kind of smart. But he seemed like a smart guy, but thought he was smarter than he really was. He was never really as smart as he thought he was. But whatever. That said, his attitude and kind of the way he carried himself, didn't really care for him much. And the fact he was on the Seahawks, that didn't help. And, I didn't care that he was in the 49ers, whatever. But, all right, whatever. I didn't care about him. And then now we have to hear about the fact that he got arrested yesterday morning after some incident at his wife's parents' house in Redmond, Washington. Shows up at the house about 2 a.m., tries to get inside, and 4 people were in the house there. I don't know if there are any children around, but he couldn't get in. And then he banged up on the door there. When the police showed up, he was so unruly, they had to sick their police dog on him.
Oh, boy.
He suffered some lacerations on his leg as a result. And a couple of the cops got a little bit lacerated up to some minor scrapes. But of course, that night wasn't the only thing that happened with Sherman. Before he showed up at the in-laws' house, he drove this SUV into a closed construction zone where people were actually working.
Oh, boy.
And they were like, hey, it was really fortunate nobody was hurt there. And one of the workers called 911. So the police find the vehicle in a nearby parking lot, had a bunch of damage on it. They got torn up because he hit a concrete barrier. One of the wheels was almost completely off. And all of this actually started inside the house. I guess Richard's wife, Ashley, called 911 to report that he had drank 2 bottles of alcohol and was now trying to fight her uncle and threatening to kill himself. So then she told them that Richard said he'd fight the cops if they showed up. But she said he had no weapons, and she begged them, please don't shoot him. And apparently he left while she was on the call, and then he came back later. So he's facing several charges, including burglary, domestic violence, suspicion of resisting arrest, malicious mischief, and no word on, well, there's no word if he was under the influence leak, but sounds like he was drunk as hell. And well, he's been now released by the King County judge. Who they said, yeah, he's released on his own personal recognizance, no bail. But there's some conditions. He's not allowed to drink or do any drugs. He's not allowed to have contact with his father-in-law while this is going on. He's not allowed to have a weapon. So he didn't even appear before the court. So I don't know what the hell is going on. If he just has lost his damn mind. I realized once I get mean on tequila.
Yeah, but did he have the tequila? He had a bottle of Hennessy.
Well, my point is that I didn't know I was mean on tequila. And then I thought, well, maybe it's the girl I'm with at the time. Maybe it's more about her. But, maybe, old Richard Sherman drank way too much, and we'll see if he remembers any of this.
Yeah, well, it's sad because the guy that was one of the NFL's best as a cornerback, he was a shutdown guy, and now he's a free agent. I don't think he's going to get picked up this year. I think this is, for all intents and purposes, the end of his career, and this is he's probably realizing that. And then it sounds like this is very, very hard for him to let go of.
Well, let's see if this is truly the end of his career. We'll see how this shakes out, how the judicial process shakes out. If there's one team, though, that I could see would be willing to overlook this, though.
Raiders?
No, well, actually make that 2 then, I guess. Yes, but look no further than Hard Knocks.
I thought you were going to say Patriots.
The Cowboys?
Patriots always took all of the Cardinals' drunk players.
Yeah, but not near the end. Remember, Bill Belichick and the Patriots always get a player a year before that they're done, and then get them before a year that they're going to drop off in production.
Yeah,
Richard Sherman, I think he's closer to the end than we'd like to.
Well, and
I admit it. I think he's done.
The guy has been an advocate for the players with the union. He's been very active in helping players in the NFL. So not just being a player, not just taking, but being a part of the solution as well. So. Yeah, this is hard to hear because I had a lot of respect for him. Yeah, I feel bad for him.
I don't think the domestic violence end of this has anything to do with his wife. I think it has to do with the uncle or whatever.
Right.
And so the word domestic violence can cover other things. So as long as he's not smacking his wife or his kids around, then all I see here is a guy got really liquored up and made some huge mistakes. He's probably blackout drunk. So, and his wife is saying he's a good person. Please don't hurt him. She is. It's not the abused woman talking. This is somebody who's like, some stuff happened, and this is not him normally.
This is completely out of character. Yeah.
So hopefully that's the case. But whatever happens next. I'm sure. Listen, he's going to tell us. The man has no problem talking. You're going to hear all about what this was and why this was.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll come out.
You'll hear his truth. Whatever the real truth is, I don't know, but you'll hear his truth, I'm sure, within the next day or two. So it's, I don't know. I mean, yeah, maybe you're right, Randy. His career is over, and maybe he just lost control.
But he's got so many. He's got such a great life ahead of him. First of all, he's set up financially. Second of all, he's got a lot of football wisdom he could pass on to others.
Yeah.
He could have
an undeniable personality.
Great. He could go. Who knows? He could go into the broadcast booth.
He could be the Charles Barkley of football.
I mean,
he's
got so many opportunities that he just can't see.
A lot of times, athletes towards the end react differently. And one big drunken night, I don't think it's fair to say, will define somebody. He had a drunken, ridiculous night, and if he gets past this and doesn't do this sort of thing again, and everybody's okay at the end of that, you're going to be like, you knucklehead.
Yeah.
And thank God nobody was really hurt in all this.
Yeah.
But if he had beaten up a woman, beaten up a kid, done something else that's a little less on the forgivable scale, then yeah, it would be a different
Yeah,
conversation.
we do have some troubled players in broadcasting roles currently. I mean, look no further than
doubt.
Charles Barkley, Michael Irvin.
Wait. Why Charles Barkley? What do you do?
Well,
Why do you keep beating up on Charles Barkley?
I'm not beating up on Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley beat up on other people.
No, because they always come at him in bars and stuff. Back in the 90s, people were screwing with him constantly, and he'd be patient to a point. Oh, hell, I've been half tempted to pick up a guy and throw him through a bar window. That don't make me some sort of loose cannon.
Contextually or not, he has had a previous record that could be just more trouble than you're worth for somebody. There's a reason why TNT was the last place to hire him.
Somebody else starts the crap. It's never going to be on you. It's not. That ain't fair.
No, okay, sure. I agree, and you can put context in it. I'm merely saying that there are checkered pasts people and sports athletes who are in high-profile positions in the broadcasting world. So it doesn't mean that he's automatically eliminated, but he certainly has a higher road to climb through now.
He has a higher road to climb through now?
Yeah, he has to have
that kind of fell apart on you there, didn't it? That whole sentence just... He has a higher road to crawl through now.
No, climb through.
Climb through. Either way, what kind of Salvador Dali painting do you live in that somebody's going to have a higher road to climb through?
I like to meditate before I go to sleep.
Yeah, King Ben says, can you imagine how bad the hockey would be in the Winter Olympics with no professionals? Just guys who can barely skate, can't stop, and need a natty light break in between periods? I'd be okay with that. If it's a level playing field and you've got the college level athletes from all the countries, it will goes to this, Kingpin. When you see two bad NFL teams meet, what do you get? Good game, because they are evenly matched, and now you get to see a game that makes sense. And so if it's the same thing out there where people are all in that same college average amateur level playing in the Olympics, you got a good game.
Jeffrey, do you know how much of a surplus there will be of Russian college athletes at 40 plus years old or whatever it is, 30 years? Hey,
okay,
I'm in
that's the other part.
too.
If the IOC cannot properly come down on more than just a couple of steroid users, I mean, all those years where they allowed men to dress up like women and lift weights, and these guys weren't trans, these guys were just under orders. You know what I'm saying? If you can't enforce certain rules and stuff, that's another good reason where the United States should be like, you know what, this is boo-boo, we're out. We don't need to be in this.
Lake Placid, 1984, USA versus Russia hockey. That's all I need to say.
I do like a good Lake Placid.
Listen, it was an amazing moment. Yeah, the United States rose up and they won.
College players facing off against Russian professionals.
Yeah. So, but it should be all the same.
I agree.
College level amateurs against college level amateurs. In the Olympic committee, they need to get their get their act together and figure this out. Don't let everybody just play under their own stupid rules. Hitting the Nut says, I think they threw the game against Nigeria because the prince offered them a large sum of money just for a small fee. It was all an email.
Jeez.
Could be. That sounds legit.
All in an email.
Yeah. Navy Brad says Richard Sherman will be a great fit for the Raiders. They like players with a record. Senior Wake and Bake says, I'm Phil. Wah, wah.
What am I crying about?
I don't know.
What am I crying about that you guys haven't been talking about the same?
I don't know. You just felt like saying that. What do you want?
I hear you.
He says about Sherman, that brown liquor, that'll get you in trouble there. Some people can take their whiskey. Some people can't. You are correct on that. He says, hey, Phil, 6 weeks until you rein in your unlucky doom on your Denver Bronco jackasses, you jackass. Go Suns, go Niners, he says.
Yeah, the further and further along we go with no Aaron Rodgers, the worse and worse my season looks, and I'm not looking forward to it.
Well, Peyton Manning says that ain't going to happen. And he says there's no way the Broncos would trade for him. And now there's reports that Aaron Rodgers has been working out with a receiver, and he's going to end up showing up when the time is right, when he's supposed to. Let me see. What was that dude? It's the dude I don't even recognize his name. Hold on. Give me a moment here. AJ Hawk.
Oh, yeah.
He's AJ Hawk?
Well, he's a former middle linebacker, I believe, for the championship Green Bay Packers team. He was a
he's
former
not even a receiver.
No, he's not even a receiver. He is a former
So
linebacker.
when he says working out with him, he's just been lifting weights.
Yeah,
I thought
probably.
when I see a guy named AJ Hawk say, I've been working out, I thought they were throwing the ball or something.
No.
All right. Well, he says, yes, he's going to end up reporting to the Packers. So this is Aaron Rodgers speaking through other people, through the media to the rest of the world.
It feels like a lame duck year for Aaron Rodgers, where this offseason was set in place in order to prep the Green Bay Packers fan base that he will no longer be there the following year. Everybody knows this is your last year. Enjoy it, soak it in, enjoy it. But next year, Aaron Rodgers will be gone somewhere else because it's much more palatable for all parties involved to have a separation of
You
sorts.
like how he was saying that earlier on about draft time and it never happened? You said the exact same stuff that it was going to happen before, during, and after the draft because you can't just say it and it happens, Phil.
I want it to happen.
I know you want it, but you
really
don't
want it to
You
happen,
don't
Jeff.
even believe this stuff you're saying.
No, actually, I do. I do believe that it will happen by next season now, but unfortunately, it didn't happen this season. I thought Aaron Rodgers had more pull than that.
The Jet says, didn't Barkley have an extreme DUI? I don't know. I hadn't heard that one.
I'll check for.
Yeah, look
before
it up.
next time.
Average Joe says, Jeffrey, the same level of talent playing in a game doesn't equal a good game to watch. Have you seen the WNBA?
Oh boy.
Oh
boy.
So we're watching some highlights. My wife says, are they playing with a smaller ball? I said, yeah, they are playing with a smaller ball. And yet you gave me a lot of crap when I said they should lower the rims so it'd be more entertaining. She walked out of the room.
Oh boy. No sugar tonight in your coffee, pal.
There's a fair statement. It's a fair damn statement. Anyway. All right, guys, that's 2 hours down and 1 to go. It's the Daily Blender. We're going to talk more NFL when we come back here on 1580, The Fanatic.
I can pop a beer in here, right? Your cousin from Boston. This here is Sam Adams Boston Lager. It's my go-to beer. Not too heavy, not too light. Oh boy. That's whoopsie daisy. Oh no. Is there somebody that can help? Come on in the room. It poured right in the keyboard. Relax. I spill beer on my computer all the time. Sam Adams Boston Lager, the Boston Beer Company, Boston, Massachusetts. Drink responsibly.
Did you know that Constructors Bonding has been Arizona's leader in surety management for over 40 years? Hi, this is Dave McKee, president of Constructors Bonding, inviting you to learn how our team can deliver better bonding than anyone, anywhere. Contractors, developers, attorneys, car dealers, and hundreds of other industries turn to Constructors Bonding for their bond solutions. Call me personally at 602-432-5929 to learn how Constructors Bonding is your solution for better bonding.
Among successful enterprises, there's one key factor that drives profitability.
We'll have it for you in the next 3 days.
Reputation. What do you do if just hours before delivery, the electrical grid that powers your office is taken out? If you already have generator backup, you make that deadline.
Emergency power you can control. Gentech is a nationwide leader in power generation sales, rentals, and services. Headquartered right here in Arizona with 24/7 emergency response. Gentech is a full-service power generation company specializing in gaseous and diesel generators. Gentech also provides solutions for the rental industry and power distribution. We've all experienced it. The grid will go down. Be prepared. Call Gentech at 800-625-8324. That's 800-625-8324. Or go to gentechusa.com. That's Gentech, Gentech, 800-625-8324.
AZ Preps 365 is your headquarters for all things high school sports in Arizona. Brett Quintine, James Mello, and Jose Garcia keep you up to speed with all the action, highlights, interviews, and insider information for the prep sports scene. You need to tune in to AZ Preps 365 every Saturday morning from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on your new home for sports, 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic. And always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Hi, I'm Steve.
And I'm Felicia.
We're the hosts of the show, Drive Friendly.
With Steve's 40 years of experience, you're going to get the real insider information about the automotive industry. And I'll be interviewing local celebrities and experts so you can be informed and live your very best life.
Laugh and learn with Steve, Felicia, and the gang. You'll be smarter for listening. Drive friendly, 10 a.m. Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
QFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 Rolling Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it. All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Phil in there pushing the buttons. We have you guys on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. And, of course, we are broadcasting live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale, 888-368-1580. And, yes, people are still commenting on our Olympic team.
Okay.
So why does the Olympic Committee allow some countries to bring professionals and some countries to bring amateurs? Don't they have a standard? What is the rules there? Why are they letting everybody just do their own thing?
In what avenue are they not allowed to bring in professionals? In which
I'm just saying, why don't they have a thing where it's like it's uniform?
I'm pretty sure they do.
Because what it feels like has been, and maybe I'm wrong, is some countries will say, well, this is the people we're sending, and we're going to send amateurs. And this country over here says, well, we're sending professionals. It seems like a big mishmash. And, you know, if they're going to allow all professionals to come, then it should be, that seems like it sort of tilts it all into the favor of just some of the bigger countries.
1986 was the year that professionals were allowed to be Olympic athletes. 1986. That's when the International Federation of Olympics Federation said that pros could compete in each sport in the Olympic Games.
Yeah, I guess that was
until that point. It was always amateurs.
Right. I think that they just said, listen, the Ruskies, the commies, the
Ruskies and the commies.
Well, no, I didn't say and the Ruskies, the commies.
Well, the Chinese,
the Chinese,
the North Koreans,
right? All of the filthy pinko commies were sending just
filthy, pinko commies,
sending
professional athletes. Yes, they were,
and of course, just chock full of steroids, chock full of vodka and steroids,
chock full of nuts.
And I think that maybe that's why they were like, well, we can't stop these people. So go ahead and bring your pros.
Yeah.
Might as well just even the playing field there.
That's pretty much why the IOC did that. Yes.
FedFan, she says, each sport has its own governing body. By the way, FedFan, nice to have you back. Sorry to hear about Federer there. I know you've been laying low and kind of bummed out. But
I hope you're okay, FedFan.
Yeah, each sport has its own governing body. Okay. Should be a uniform thing.
Well, each sport may have their own governing body. However, the IOC governs all the games,
right?
And they are the ones that drop the you must be amateur in order to compete in the Olympics.
Well, you know what? I'm going to throw the question in.
All right,
let's see what the super fans think. I just want to know, what do you think? Should it be everybody and anybody, all professionals, or should it be the best of our amateurs? And everybody is held to the same rules.
But the problem is the countries like we already mentioned, the Chinese, the North Koreans, the Russian athletes, they were all getting paid. They were all professionals, and they hid them under they couldn't. They hid them under the cover of they're military athletes. We don't have the same collegiate structure that the United States or other countries may have. And this is these people are the amateurs. We're not paying them to play sports. No, you're paying them to be in the military or to be in this service or that service. And all they do, their job is to play hockey or play, basketball or ice skate or whatever.
I don't even give a crap there, Russian. Yeah, that gal's got an Adam's apple. Okay. You guys are cheating.
Well, it's not about guys.
You guys are out of here. That's all I'm saying. Daylight Drew says, Here's to everyone in the Valley calming down.
Yeah.
As the Suns have held home court and they've got game 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Go Suns. Now, please pour me a Pappy Van Winkle.
Okay.
I'll be honest. Never heard of a Pappy Van Winkle. Have you?
No.
Can we look it up?
Sure.
Yeah. Let's see. Baby Got Dak says Richard Sherman has been in talks with the Seahawks about possibly signing there. According to the team, they're still interested in Sherman. Okay, that text kind of fell apart a little bit there, Baby Got Dak, but I think we get what you're saying. Chief Skulls Burner says the Olympics should be the best of the best regardless. I want the best. That's a very America way of going.
Pappy Van Winkle is a $2,500 bottle of alcohol.
It is a bourbon.
Top shelf.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, you would be hard pressed to find one for less than $130.
So I better change that to. There you go.
Hefty Lefty says waiting for the IOC to not be corrupt is like waiting for FIFA to not be corrupt.
Agreed.
Kingpin says it should be the best you have to offer. If you limit it, you'll just have more scandals, like when Spain sent a team of mostly everyday people to the Special Olympics to win trophies.
Yes.
Did that really happen? When did that happen?
I seem to remember that for
I
some
remember
reason.
a movie with Johnny Knoxville like that, but Cardinal Art says the Olympics suck, just like Phil. May I get a strong shot of your finest whiskey and a Randy? Damn it. Damn it. Fish Tank says, fun fact, everyone thinks the USA beat Russia to win the Olympic tournament, but they actually had to go beat Finland after that to win gold.
Was it Finland or
Yeah.
Sweden? Was it Finland? I think it was
I
Finland.
thought it was
Yeah.
Sweden.
Yeah.
I kind of with you. I thought it was Sweden, but I'll look it up.
Thundar the Sand Barbarian says, if you really do want to visit Japan someday, Randy, I highly recommend spring for fall. Do not go in August. Too hot. Everybody everywhere but Hokkaido. Also, get out of Tokyo.
It was Finland.
Get out of
Kyushu
Tokyo.
is worth a visit. Nagasaki, amazing.
Yeah.
Kyoto, Osaka. Oh, it's my old area there. In any case, once COVID's behind us, I recommend a visit to
Well,
Japan.
thank you. Thank you for the recommendations. I will take that under consideration. Thank you very much.
And by the way, Phil, he says the expression is a higher bar to clear. The metaphor you were erroneously mixing was taking a higher road. Yeah.
Well, it's always going to be a rocky road whenever you're.
He has a rocky road to clear.
Yes,
Damn
he
it,
does.
now I want ice cream. Boomer Sooner says, pro or amateur, send our best no matter what.
I agree.
Kingpin says 2000 Paralympics in Sydney, Australia. That's when Spain sent a bunch of regular folks out there.
Damn.
That's just,
I mean, is that
it's
terrible?
funny, but evil. That is wrong, but come on. It's a little bit funny. I can't help it. 888-368-1580. So, yeah, there's a lot of weirdness going on. I mean, yeah, we're all talking about Richard Sherman, and I guess the judge that freed Richard Sherman on his own recognizance and no bail says, listen, he's an upstanding citizen. He's a father. He's a business owner. You know, everybody speaks highly of him. The 49ers, Sean Lynch has said that he's, you know, they got his back. They're going to be, you know, be there for the family during this difficult time and all that. So the judge just was like, yeah, I guess was impressed with Richard Sherman and said, you know what, we're good. Let's sort this thing out, figure it out. And he does not need to spend another minute in jail on this. So I tell you what, talk about lucky. What if that car had run over one of those construction workers? Or what if
that
he'd gotten into that house? Or what if he had beaten and hurt somebody in his drunken rage? I mean, there's so many things that could have gone horribly wrong. I just hope that Richard Sherman realizes this may be the luckiest day of his life.
Well, and I just hope he learns from this. Look, everybody makes mistakes. Richard Sherman, it seems, has made a terrible mistake, an error in judgment. And I hope the best for him. I'm glad that he did not kill anybody or do some irreparable damage to his family. Let's hope that he gets the help he needs and everybody gets on the right track. I think the dude is actually a good dude. I just think it was a bad night for him.
Hefty Lefty has to take it a bad direction.
Oh, no.
I guess the judge was a Stanford grad, huh?
Oh, boy.
Good Lord. Cardinal Art says, how about all we qualifiers? Everybody eats tainted burritos and all amateur players and pros can compete.
Tainted burritos.
I really don't understand a thing that was just said there.
Tainted burritos.
Golden Shoe says, with NIL, we're paying our college athletes now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And by the way, you gotta love Arch Manning. You know, he was being interviewed, and he's like, "Hey, I probably stand to make $10 million when I'm in college now." And he didn't say it. It was like one of those things where you'd think it was kind of a douchey thing for a kid to say.
Yeah.
But he was just legitimately analyzing. He says, based on the way things are, yeah, I probably could make a good deal of money when we play in college. He wasn't saying it to be like nanny boo boo. He wasn't being arrogant or he was just being honest. He's just like, yeah, look at this. If I'm doing my math right and on the NIL right, my name, look at what I'm doing. You know, show me the money. So, yeah, things are changing. Mr. Wilbur says, Randy, can you pour me a highball, please? And Skoll says, can Phil get a raise? How high are you, Skoll?
Ooh.
I mean, the man speaks nothing but the truth, but I don't know why.
Yeah, no. Just like, will the Super Bowl ever be won by the Vikings anytime soon? No.
Well, that just crushed the dreams of two people.
No. Nasser Marcus says, or what if Richard Sherman wasn't a professional athlete or celebrity? What would have happened then? Well, if he was a business owner and a pillar in the community and had people stand up for him, that's still a good point. I can't listen. Let's just be glad it went this way and don't assume racism and horribleness everywhere we look. Yes, it's almost everywhere we look. And yes, it's still prevalent out there, but let's give people a chance to do the wrong thing before we start to think about that thing. So, all right, let's talk about this. Dwayne Haskins, when I saw his name next to the words domestic violence, I was thinking, oh, geez. And then it turned out he's going to be listed on that report under victim. I guess he got injured in an altercation. His wife, Calabria, just went off on him because he didn't wait for her and her friends. I think everybody was drunk. And so she gave him the what for?
Punched him right in the old choppers.
Now, they said it split his lip and he lost a tooth, but then he tweeted out going, it's not true. Don't believe everything you read. Got all my teeth. Everything's fine. And that was it. But so, yeah, I guess she is, she's in the trouble. So she's been charged with domestic battery, and it happened on July 3rd over at the Cosmopolitan.
Oh, boy.
God, that's a weird thing, though, isn't it?
She punched him right in the mouth.
Right in the kiss.
What did he say? That's the first thing I thought. What was that last smart ass comment?
I don't know why I think it's funny, but I could kind of play this thing out in my mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's not fair, that she's been arrested, she's been charged and all that stuff. But in this, if it was a woman and I said, what did she say? People are like, oh my God, Jeffrey. But when a dude gets punched in the mouth by a woman and you say, what did he say? Women, men, everybody's like, that's a good point. What did he say? What did he say to deserve that? And I'm not saying he deserved it. Something went down. And the idea is that he didn't wait for her. He went off and did something.
He and his buddies went ahead to this nightclub without waiting for the wife and her girlfriends.
To be fair, how long it takes some women to get ready?
We're thinking along the same lines, Jessica.
But alcohol, yeah. Rusty Nut says, well, I think he said, move your fat ass. No, I don't think that's true.
No.
Unless you show me a story. I don't think that's true. Thundar the Santa Barbarian says, let me correct this quote for you, Jeffrey. It's not like the Super Bowl will ever be won by the Vikings anytime soon. Corrected version. It's not like the Super Bowl will ever be won by the Vikings. Stop.
Wow.
I can't say for sure. I just right now, no. In the future, who knows? But I like you chirping. It's all right. Nasser Marcus says, Haskins' wife, does this dress make me look fat?
Oh no. Here we go.
You know how it is. A little. That's it. Daylight Drew says, tread carefully, gentlemen. Women can be cray. Just saying. And that Pappy Van Winkle is pricey.
It is.
So, all right. I don't know what happens. And when you see these stories, it's like, okay, are they still together? Is Dwayne Haskins still with her?
Yes, they are still together. He says he has all his teeth, but the police report says that they found some blood and also a chipped tooth.
He's probably, well, they put it
on that.
back.
Yeah. So he's going to need some dental work done.
So what do we think about this if they, did they stay together? Or is it just because they're drunk and they're like learned?
Probably, yes. Yeah.
Man, everybody's worried about pot getting legalized. We've got to go take a second look at alcohol.
Well, I mean,
look at everybody's doing on alcohol.
To be honest, she hit him in the mouth. There was some sort of verbiage exchanged between the happy couple.
See, this has got to be a problem.
Well, they were there to get their vows renewed, for heaven's sakes. That's why they were there.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
They were on the trip to get their vows renewed. They just got married in March. Hell, we're already renewing our vows. What the hell's going on in Las Vegas?
That's a lot of cray-cray in this Ray.
Honey, let's go to Vegas. Why? So we can renew our vows. And I want to hit that hot new nightclub.
Dwayne Haskins is no closer to being a starting quarterback if he can't, read that defense and dodge that. I mean, this is a guy who's just standing in the pocket like a statue, taking the hit.
And his wife, bam!
She's got to be 5 feet tall. How is he going to do against a 6'5" linebacker if he can't handle that?
Well, if it's a 6'5" girl, he's not going to do anything.
To be fair, on that situation, you take the punch, and that's it.
Well, he did.
There is no information that says he hit her back or gave her any trouble. So
apparently, he took the punch.
Man card accreditation to Dwayne Haskins, and hell of a punch too. Huh?
Well, it broke his tooth.
Not bad. Cheese Skulls Burner says the Vikings will win the Super Bowl in 2022, or the NFL is rigged.
Or the NFL is rigged.
Yeah.
Bala 51 says, did Haskins marry Tiger Woods ex or something? No, there's no golf club involved in this one.
No, this was straight up fist to the choppers, man.
Yeah, she fisted him. So Urban Meyer, what? Urban Meyer has been subpoenaed in a lawsuit that had to do with that Iowa strength coach, Chris Doyle.
Yeah.
Remember when he hired this guy and they were like, hey, that dude's racist. And he's like, oh, remember when I said I hired the guy? I quickly fired the guy because you guys figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
And so now he's been subpoenaed, and so have the Jaguars to testify in that dude's case. So maybe while they're at it, they can throw Urban Meyer in jail for something. He's guilty of things.
What?
We just don't have.
What is he guilty of?
I'm not sure.
Cheating at college football?
All right, that'll work.
Give me a program that doesn't cheat at college football.
Urban Meyer is not a good dude.
Well, I'm not arguing that point. Yeah.
Just saying. Skull says alcohol is good, but have you ever drank alcohol on the weed? That's how it's typed. Alcohol is good, but have you ever drank alcohol?
Time is it? Oh yeah.
On the weed?
That's right. Yeah, he's been working that dangle for about an hour now.
No, Skull. I say hi to life. Hitting the Nut says, I wonder if they're at an elevator. Boy, those Vegas elevators bring out the worst in people and some serious punches.
Oh,
Nope, no, it was in the room from what I heard. Swave Dave says, the killer. It would be, no, honey, it's the dress. It's not the dress that makes your ass look big. It's yeah.
Wow. I don't think so. Why didn't you guys wait on us to go to that nightclub? Because you're taking too damn long. Pow!
I mean, I don't know what he said. I'm thinking something along the lines of today.
I got your today.
I had a text here from Baby Got Dak.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is. Yes, it says, according to Rap Sheet, Tom Brady had a torn MCL while playing in the Super Bowl.
How about that?
MCL sprain is what they said. Then they said MCL tear and partially torn. And now they say torn. That's absolutely right. And it makes sense because they always said he was like, well, I had a pretty serious knee injury. And then he was always sort of nursing, but didn't stop him at all, did it? I mean, if he was on a torn MCL, you got to admit, I mean, not like he was running, but that was pretty impressive.
Didn't he? But he did run one in, didn't he?
Well, maybe he just
in the Super Bowl
kind of snuck one in, but you wouldn't call it running.
Or was that a playoff game? He ran one in.
Yeah, like I said, not exactly running.
Quarterback sneak.
0% speed. Yeah, I think quarterback sneak is probably the best way because he just sort of Dun, dun, dun.
Could
little,
be, yeah.
little soft shoe right into the
Could
end
be.
zone.
I don't think it was
With the
very
cane.
long, but yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. So, yeah, he had that surgery. He's feeling good, and he's expected to be ready to go when they go to training camp here later in the month. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like if it didn't affect him during the season where they torn MCL, probably not going to affect him recovering from that surgery. It seems like it's not really a big deal.
No, he's in great shape. He's taking even better care of his body now that he's older than he did when he was younger. I mean, look at the shape the guy's in.
Damn it, Giselle is right about the avocados.
Yeah,
I think it's the avocados. Although you know,
avocado toast.
And there are people who have confirmed it. I said it, and then it was confirmed. That dude's cheating day every day. He ain't cheating on Giselle because why would you do that? But he's cheating on his diet every chance he gets.
Sure. He's Tom Brady. Does what he wants.
Every chance. No.
He's a man.
Yeah.
Does whatever he wants.
I'm Jeffrey O'Brien. I don't do whatever I
If
want.
he wants a double extra cheese and give me it monster style, by God, that's
No.
the way I'm gonna take it. And Giselle's not gonna. What's that?
And
She's
yeah.
right behind me.
Yeah.
I'll eat that avocado.
Yeah.
I'll eat the hell out of that avocado.
That's right. Yeah, with a gal like that. Now I got a gal like what I have a gal like. You know what I'm saying? And she's saying you're not eating the chorizo. Yes, ma'am. Because Tom Brady and I have something in common. We both have beautiful wives that we like to have, occasionally touch us in places that nobody else will. So that's the deal breaker. So I ain't eating chorizo, and Tom is he ain't eating hamburgers. But I'm gonna be honest. Every now and then I'm gonna have one. Gonna have me one of them chorizo burritos.
Yeah, about what,
And
once
every
a
now
month?
and then Tom Brady's been caught in the drive-thru. Fair is fair. It's a daily blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Get savings on Pro Essentials at the Lowe's Just for Pros event going on now. Save on select appliance special values. Plus, save an additional $50 when you buy 2 or more appliances, each price $396 or more. Find more savings throughout the store at Lowe's, the new home for pros. Must ask cashier to apply discount in store. Online must use promo code. Can't be combined with any other discounts. See Lowe's.com for exclusions and terms. Valid 7/15 through 8/4. U.S. only.
I can pop a beer in here, right? Your cousin from Boston. This here is Sam Adams Boston Lager. It's my go-to beer. Not too heavy, not too light. Oh boy. That's whoopsie daisy. Oh no. Is there somebody that can help? Come on in the room. It poured right in the keyboard. Relax. I spill beer on my computer all the time. Sam Adams Boston Lager. The Boston Beer Company, Boston, Massachusetts. Drink responsibly.
This is Dale Hellestray from my friends at Constructors Bonding. If you need bonds, you can put your trust in Arizona's industry leader for the best service, rates, terms, and capacity anywhere. Constructors Bonding is the #1 writer with 14 sureties and will improve your bond program. Call Dave McKee today to learn how Constructors Bonding will perform for you. 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929 or visit cbialliance.com.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Listen, when we're all working on our shows here at The Fanatic, we're totally focused and we don't want to worry about the other things. You know, like the technology that runs our station. That's where Affinity Technology comes in. They run all our IT so we can focus on what really matters, our business and our listeners. These guys handle literally everything. If it plugs in, they work with it. They've saved us tons of money and they've kept us focused on what really matters. Affinity Technology, they can do the same for you. Go to atechaz.com. Be sure and tell them I sent you.
NASCAR Championship Weekend returns to Phoenix Raceway November 5th through the 7th.
A wild season of unexpected will culminate in Phoenix with drivers putting it all on the line for their shot
And earning the title of NASCAR Cup Series champion.
featuring 4 championship races in 3 days.
Don't miss your chance to witness history from atop the grandstands as the action goes 5 wide into the iconic dog leg.
Or from up close with access to the fan-friendly infield experience.
Get your tickets to see the NASCAR Championship in person.
Go to phoenixraceway.com.
Hurry, tickets won't last much longer.
Hey, congratulations. You have the opportunity to hear us all the time. There is this thing called the 1580 The Fanatic Sports app. You can download it at 1580thefanatic.com or wherever you get your smartphone apps. This little beauty works like a charm too, so you never miss out on a moment of the Fanatic. And best of all, it's FREE free. Don't miss out on this offer. Get your own 1580 The Fanatic Sports app today. We are 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, your new summer home for sports.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. So, okay, lots happening tomorrow. Lots happening on Saturday. Ain't a damn thing happening tonight.
That's right.
Well, wait, that's not true. We got Team USA Soccer hosting Martinique.
Like you said, nothing is happening tonight.
Who the hell's Martinique? What is Martinique?
So I think a party island somewhere in the Caribbean.
Well, there's just some girl that showed up and was like, I got my friends. We're going to bachelor party. I want to play some soccer. Yeah, let's do this. We got nothing else going on.
Martinique.
CONCACAF.
Where the hell is Martinique?
CONCACAF Gold Cup. The hell's a CONCACAF? It says CONCACAF. I'm not making this up.
Martinique.
CONCACAF.
Yeah,
Gold
that's one
Cup.
of the. It's in the Caribbean Sea.
Mm-hmm.
It's overseas territorial collectively of France.
Me and my friends think soccer is dumb. We want to play.
It is included in the Lesser Antilles island chain. Its nearest neighbors are the island republics of Dominica.
We beat their asses. Come on, USA. Let's do this. You're just such a sweaty slut. That's it. Martinique is just some country that's on a bachelorette party, and then like all of a sudden they accidentally find themselves in the CONCACAF Gold Cup.
The
CONCACAF
is a soccer league.
I wanted to go to Cabo, but we're gonna play this soccer game. Is it? I mean, I've never heard of
party
Martinique.
island of the Lesser Antilles.
Should not be naming your country after some girl I used to cheat off of a 9th grade science class.
Martinique.
Hey, Martinique, you got the answer to number 3? Oh my God, yes, here it is. Y'all may. Okay, sounds just like that. T-Bone says
Martinique.
Is it French?
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
It's under the French authorities.
No, USA's got to win this thing. Ugh. No, thank you. T-Bone says, I just got off work, but I left the radio station on the dial last night, right?
Oh, good.
And when I got in the truck this morning, I heard 1580. Did you guys know that you have a morning show on this station?
No, shut the hell up.
Wow.
When did that happen?
Really?
They don't tell me nothing around here.
Hefty Lefty says CONCACAF is the North American soccer governing body, like UEFA is for Europe.
I believe that's UEFA.
UEFA.
No, I think
Lufa.
What is the word? CONCACAF?
CONCACAF.
Yeah, that's just the Greek word for squatty potty.
No. We've already gone over this.
I use Tinkle. I use CONCACAF. Bruno Baller says, I think Haskins is on the Steelers. If that's the case, you might hear his name being mentioned in about 3 weeks during the Hall of Fame game right here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's happened here?
His career is pretty well over, too. I think that's
Dwayne Haskins or
Dwayne
Ben
Haskins.
Roethlisberger?
Yes.
Okay.
Bala 51 says avocado animal style, please. That doesn't make any sense. Fed fan says Martinique is beautiful. I had fun there. Tell me about Martinique, Fed fans, since you've actually been there. Is it expensive? Is it a good place to go? Do they have nice beaches? Do they have?
I'm looking up images.
I want to go to a place. I want to take my wife on a vacation to a place where there's nice private beaches, not to be, I don't want a bunch of fat, sweaty Midwesterners all over the damn place. You know what I mean? I want to see somebody whose back should be, shaved. I just want to go to a nice place. I don't even have to get in the water. Just sit next to it.
The French Caribbean islands. It looks beautiful.
CONCACAF.
Yeah. No, Martinique.
Oh, Martinique. That's right. CONCACAF. It's fun to say CONCACAF.
CONCACAF. Go to Alex, if you're listening, go to Martinique/islands.com.
Of course, I don't know any French. Do they speak the French or just all?
I would imagine they do.
They speak any American. That'd be great. You guys speak American? Welcome to Martinique. Yes. It's a tourist nation. We are barely going to make an effort for you. You fat, smelly American. He's not CONCACAF. It's CONCACAF. Great. Now I got to keep this arrogant bastard. I'm trying to just, can you move to the left? I'm trying to see the water. Thank you there, Pierre. Fed Fan says it's French, which means I'll have some topless beaches. My wife says I can't go topless anymore at the beaches, so thanks for that. Boomer Sooner says, yeah, Martinique's really nice Caribbean island. It's French by origin. I was there on my honeymoon in 1988. St. Thomas, Martinique, Barbados, St. Martin on a cruise ship with my lovely wife. It is actually a very nice place.
It looks beautiful from the pictures I'm seeing.
But see,
Are you talking about his wife?
But what you
No,
what you
Martinique.
Easy, man. You don't talk about Boomer Sooner's wife.
No.
Okay. You get a fistful of fist is what you'll get.
I'm complimenting the veracity of the woman.
He was commenting on the damn Martinique, mofo. Okay. So, but here's the thing that worries me there, Boomer Sooner. Even as far back as 1988, your recollection of St. Martinique, very nice. Well, there's a plus. But you said on a cruise ship, which means, now, not talking about you, Boomer Sooner, but I'm guessing chock full of big, fat, sweaty, smelly, just salty Midwesterners. Salty. But, when you sweat a lot, you get all salty.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
So I don't know.
Jeff, are you trying to intrigue me to go see Martinique?
You go on ahead. Let us know how it goes.
Martinique resorts. Let me see here.
Hey, alert. We have a stoner trying to be real. Senior Wake and Bake says, please don't associate weed with alcohol. My daily THC contents way surpasses Sherman's blood alcohol intake, and I haven't tried to kill anyone. Kill some barbecue chips yet, man. All right. But not people. It's a very good take, Senior Wake and Bake.
That's very nice. I might have to take Miss Kim here. This is very nice.
So to the Martinique, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah. 10 best resorts in Martinique.
How about this?
Yeah.
Well, let's work it out together.
Yeah.
We'll go there. We'll do the show from there.
Yeah, I think Radio Ron will pay the bill on that one.
Not a chance. But
as long as I've got some rum every day, I'm good.
He'll let us take equipment, but we're gonna pay for that ourselves. So thank you for that, Senior Wake and Bake. The Lock guy says, wait, you guys are still on in the summer? What does that even mean? Well, Radio Ron's like, well, starting to get a little warm out there. Time to shut down the blender for the season.
It's the end of May.
Let's go
Memorial
ahead and
Day is right around the corner. Time for the blender to take off.
Get some plywood and get Phil all boarded up there, and Randy and Jeffrey will be back. Yeah, maybe September. It really depends. Just depends.
September, October. Who really knows?
Yeah. Hefty Lefty says, well, my fiance and I are looking into Turks and Caicos for our honeymoon. Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. It's a place that the British have.
Isn't that an exercise?
Yeah, he says, no, that's Kegels. He says, I heard great things about Turks and Caicos. It's under British rule, so they speak the English there, sort of.
There we go.
Well, they speak original English, Hefty Lefty. We speak American.
They speak proper English.
And I'm going to give you a clue as which one of us sounds dumber. It's going to be us. Watermelon says, did I miss a day? Is it Friday? Boy, this show is usually off the rails, unusually off the rails for a Thursday.
Well, I mean, we Jeffrey and I are trying to plan our next remote broadcast from Martinique.
Yeah. And by the way, we do what we want. Shut up. Thunder Santa Barbarian says, you don't want to be around fat, sweaty Midwesterners, Jeffrey, huh? So where do you go when you leave the Valley of the Sun every winter? Listen, I'm in my house, I'm in the car, and I'm in this radio station. I avoid people, so that's why. Thunder Snow says Martinique is beautiful. She's grown up a lot since 3rd grade. Wait, what?
What?
Baby Got Dak says, Jeffrey, you should take your wife to the Maldives. Very private, very romantic.
The Maldives, I believe, is how it's said.
It's typed Maldives. It's typed Maldives.
Okay, I believe you.
It's probably okay. Wasn't that in India?
No.
Where's Maldives? Whatever. Where the hell is she talking about? I've seen it in print. I've never said it out loud before.
It is beautiful. The
It's in
Maldives.
South
Maldives or
Asia.
Maldives?
South
Which one?
Asia.
Yeah, but guess what? India is in Asia. Genius.
The capital is Malay,
Oh, boy. Great.
and their currency is Maldivian rupiah.
Roofies.
Yeah, apparently.
Honey, we're going to need some roofies.
Bill Cosby takes an annual trip.
Yeah. So where exactly? It's in the Indian Ocean, right? Is that where it's at?
Yeah, I believe it is.
Somewhere in there, yeah.
I'm trying to look up for him.
There's a lot of blue around it.
All this because the only thing happening right now is that the United States is about to play some soccer. That's it. That's all there is to it. That's it. Boomer Sooner and his wife are in for the Daily Blender Barbados Bash, he says.
There we go.
He says, no, it was a honeymooners cruise ship. Everybody on the ship was on their honeymoon.
Mm.
Oh, well, see, there you go. Where do you find that? See, there you go. We're not on our honeymoon.
No.
But at least people would leave you the hell alone, right? Because everybody's all focused. I didn't have you see on that. And it's like there's nobody else hitting on anybody. And you know, people aren't eating as much. And a lot of room service probably. Oh, Boomer Sooner. That's genius. How do I get on one of those?
However, the ship will be very unstable as it progresses through its cruise.
We won't notice because we'll be rocking along with the van. Don't come knocking. Fed Fan says, I was on a sailing schooner and we stopped at Martinique for the day. I didn't partake of the topless beaches, but a lot of beautiful people there.
Wait, Fed Fan's in today?
Yeah, she's back. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, she was a little bit bummed about Federer, and then I don't want to talk about it. Don't want to make it worse. But yeah. Senior Wake and Bake says, yeah, how about we lose Phil for the summer, huh? And winter and spring and fall. Wow, jackass.
Take
Go
it
Suns.
easy. Take it easy here.
Yikes.
We need to get a licensed therapist to sit in on a show and let them see the text line and maybe get some counseling for some of these people.
Phil, how does that make you feel?
Well, we know how it makes them feel.
Kind of.
It's not good.
Kind of excites me.
Tell me about your mother.
No. We don't talk about moms here. We don't talk about moms here. Ukla the Mock says, aren't you kind of a fat, smelly Midwesterner, radio pal?
No, if there's anybody fat on this show, it's me.
No, I ain't smelly. I ain't salty. No,
Well-
not a Midwesterner.
Well,
outside of that, fair enough.
you are a bit salty on occasion.
Bruno Baller says, it would be fun if in January you guys do a show at the Barrett Jackson Auto. We've done that before.
Yeah, we have.
We've done that.
And we
In
will do it
January,
again.
we'll probably be out at the Phoenix Opens.
Nobody asked us to, but we
No.
did it.
Yes.
We got looks
And we got in trouble.
and we didn't care.
We got asked to leave.
We did.
The hell are you guys doing? Get
No.
out of here.
That was awkward. I'm not gonna lie. That was a little awkward. All right, listen, we got to take a break, and when we come back, we have on this date in Big Georgia sports history. I got some Wheel of Sports and other assorted things. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Mortgage rates are nearing all-time lows. Now is the time to refinance or purchase a home and take advantage of the low-rate environment. District Lending can help. We are a local mortgage broker that's been helping Arizona homeowners for years. We have rates into the low twos on certain products, and we never charge any lender fees. Call or text 480-694-7890, or you can check out our rates at districtlending.com/rates. NMLS ID 1835285, Equal Housing Lender.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. I'm a better neighbor because my service has taught me how important it is to be a team player. My training helps me in my classes when I give attention to detail to the task at hand. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my country safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard, aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Thank goodness it seems like the worst is over, but is your business back to pre-COVID numbers? Hi, Bruce Jacobs here to invite you to take advantage of a great opportunity to promote that you are open and ready to serve with our affordable Open for Business advertising package. You'll only spend hundreds but reach thousands of potential new customers. Just go to 1580thefanatic.com, click the link for the Open for Business package. This offer will not last long. The Open for Business package on 1580 The Fanatic. Now let's all get back to business.
Hey there, homeowners. Are you experiencing pipe leaks? Is your water bill unexpectedly high, or are you suffering from low water pressure? These are signs of widespread pipe failure due to old, corroded, and shoddy pipes. Rerouting a pipe or other Band-Aid fixes are not the answer. Only a whole house repipe with brand new high-quality PEX or copper will permanently solve the problem. Repipe Specialists. No more leaks and great water pressure. They've been doing this for over 25 years. Repipe in just 1 to 2 days at half the cost of a plumber with a lifetime guarantee. Say goodbye to leaks once and for all. Enjoy a pipe leak-free home and eliminate the risk of potential water damage. Call us today for your free in-home estimate. We'll even take 20% off our already low price and receive 0% interest when you call today. Call 888-380-7097. 888-380-7097. That's 888-380-7097.
Everybody, Mark Asher, back to tell you about my friends at Valley Medical Weight Loss. I love this company. I've used them. I have friends that have used them. A ton of weight has been lost in a quick amount of time and the right way. That's the important part. Look, they have 3 Valley locations, Tempe, Glendale, and Phoenix. So one is close to you, and they've been doing this for well over a decade. And right now you can get your first week, $31.95, absolutely free. Just mention Money Radio or mention the Fanatic, and it is on them. 602-441-3305 or valleymedicalweightloss.com.
The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. And Cam Newton's cracking me up.
Yeah.
There's a quote from him. He said, "It's really put up or shut up time now."
What was last year?
Yeah, Cam. I mean, now you figured it's put up or shut up time. Not back when you were on the Panthers and poor Ron about to get Cancer Rivera. Just you kind of cost him his gig. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now you're like, oh, it's put up or shut up time. Yeah. How about put up or stop dressing like my grandma time? Ever think of that? Maybe a little bit. That's a good idea. I don't know.
I saw this interview too, and he had one of those huge hats on.
Again with the hats. Cam, change something. You know? Listen, I get it. I mean, first off, that was not a fashion that anybody picked up and ran with.
Well, he's unique, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that usually when you're successful at being a trendsetter, which I believe he was trying to be, you know, he's like, hey, I got my own vibe. I'm going to do my thing. But when nobody, and I mean nobody else outside of a nursing home, will dress up the way you are in your press conferences, clearly trying to start a line of clothing, make a difference, make an impact. Yeah, swing and a miss, buddy. That's, yeah.
You know what, Cam? You do you, man. You do you.
That's all fine and good. But there's some point where you're like, this ain't working. This ain't working. It's not happening, Cam. And now if I'm an athlete and I'm not having success where I had some success before, wouldn't you say, not enough of focusing on which scarf looks best with this blouse. Maybe I'm going to really super focus and do like Tom Brady's do, and do like Aaron Rodgers do, and do like these other players do. And then, oh my God, I better do what Mac Jones does. Hey, focus on what you're supposed to be doing and stop being such a whiny little baby, a little pouty, and either play ball or get the hell off the field.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to have something left in the tank or Belichick would have never bothered with it.
When does Mac Jones take over for the Patriots this year?
Probably game 1.
You think game 1?
Yeah.
Wow.
It'll be much later. It'll probably be around week 12.
Phil, they are desperate. And
no, they're not.
Belichick is tired of losing. I think that you're going to see Mac Jones a lot sooner than you think, because he is like, you know what? We might as well throw this kid out there. It's like a practice until he gets it right. And, Cam Newton is not doing anything for this team right now.
No, man. If you remember the first
Is he healed? Is he healed from the COVID?
I mean, he had a whole offseason. I would hope so.
Guess what? That stuff lingers for a while.
Oh man, that was professional.
Well, that was those things where you're driving down the road and something drops in front of you and you're startled. You're, you skid, you get out of it, you're like, oh, that was pretty good. And then inside you're like, oh God.
But if you remember those first 3 games for the Patriots, he wasn't the reason why they lost, I believe, 2 out of those first 3. He put up impressive passing numbers, including that duel on a Sunday Night Football game against the Seattle Seahawks that none of us were excited for. But by the end of the game, it was incredibly enthralling.
Yeah, I remember, but he is what he is now.
Sure,
And
he is what he is now. But if any of that had to do with some physical ailments, and he has another offseason, another year to get into that Patriots system with more weapons, with more viable weapons, especially garnered for him with the tight ends, Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith, I think that he very well could be the leader of the team for a bottom tiered playoff seed.
All kidding aside, if the COVID ripped him up like that, I don't see that being any different this year.
If it is COVID, yes.
Yeah. Outside of that, then Cam, he sparked up for a minute, went back to what he was when he was with the Panthers. So, Thundar the Santa Barbarian says if Belichick is tired of losing, he's just going to start cheating harder again. Don't underestimate his lack of integrity. I never would, man. I'm a Colts fan. Ukla says, are you supposed to turn off the electricity there before working on switches and outlets, Radio Pal?
Yes.
Yes, you are. You are. And the fact that you've texted me means you have not made that mistake yet. So good for you. I actually have, I got a bunch of electrical work to do around my house. My wife wants a new thermostat somewhere and ceiling fan I got to put up.
Do I need to call Ralph?
Lighting fixture. But they don't do that kind of thing.
Well, it's electricity.
No, it's the Harman Solar they'll take care of your solar panels, and help you save money, help you with a battery wall in the garage there to help you with a backup so that you never have to run out of power, even when it's cloudy or if there's some sudden disaster on the planet, you at least will still have power, stuff like that. So, but no, they don't hang ceiling fans, Phil. Oh. I'm a man. I'll do it myself. I know that's foreign to you, but I like to do the work around the house there.
I'm sure Ralph will help you with the ceiling fan, even if it wasn't just
it's not what
for Harman Solar.
Ralph is beyond ceiling fans. You should understand that. Ralph, what he does, what the Harman Solar does, is way bigger than that. Although they do have Harman Electric, so I don't know, maybe that portion of the company might help out. But anyways, Screaming Eagle says, hey guys, I've been able to listen to some of the day's show. Slow sports day, I guess. All Suns fans remain positive and have faith. Go Suns. That was a backwards little slap.
Yeah, I think so.
That was a.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's
all right.
It's always a very positive guy, but right there, he's just slow sports day.
He's not even going to get the eagle screech there.
I got a lot of stuff. Right here
we're not going to screech on backwards. Compliments there.
Yeah. So Bryson DeChambeau, he was like, I ain't playing well. Like my stupid driver. Stupid driver. And the guy from the company that makes the driver is like, I wish you wouldn't say stupid crap like that.
Yeah.
He says it's just really painful when he says something that stupid. He's never really been happy, like ever. That's very rare when he's happy. So this is his sponsor.
Yep. Yeah, Bryson DeChambeau did not have a good day at the Open.
The driver sucks. It's my driver's the reason I'm not doing well.
Of course it is, Bryson.
Yeah.
It's not the fact that you're always tinkering around and you get up there and swing out of your shoes trying to hit it as far as you can. Instead of using some strategy, you just go up there like a behemoth. And then you have the audacity to blame your equipment because you don't hit it square on the face. Guess what, pal? You suck.
Yeah, Cobra Golf is like, you suck, man. And we're tired of hearing you saying stupid stuff. You big crybaby. And then, of course, now here comes DeChambeau. And somebody says, they pay you money. He's like, the comment I made in my post-round interview today was very unprofessional. My frustration and emotions over the way I drove the ball today really boiled over. I suck today, not my equipment. Cobra and I have worked together for over 5 years, and they are some of the hardest working people in the golf industry.
Yep.
And the guy, he was like, yeah, hard working because you're never happy, like ever. It's very rare when you're happy. We're tired of your crap, man. And I just wanted to take this moment to say I'm sorry. And of course, this fellow, Ben, who's, my name is Ben, jerk. Ben Showman, he's been there for every step of the way since I started my career. I deeply regret the words I used earlier. I don't. Okay, then that's fine. Thank you. Can I please have my money now? Yeah. Okay, between the Brooks Koepka thing and the DeChambeau, I'm Team Brooks.
Well,
I'm Team Brooks Koepka.
You should be. This guy, although he tries to take a very cerebral approach to the game of golf, he blames everything and everyone around him instead of himself.
Sun was in my eyes and my driver sucks and my underwear is too tight and I'm like, the grass is just leaning to the left. You know, I like the grass leaning to the right. Yeah.
He is like that.
And then when he wins, he's like, I'm awesome. Wait, what about? Nope, just me.
It's a good thing he's not on a team.
He's a young man at the highest level of golf, and he's a doofus. He's a major winner, and the guy just needs to mature a bit and get out there and be mature about how you play the game. That's all.
Good luck.
Mm-hmm. Team Koepka. Fed fan says typical guy blaming his equipment for his failures.
Oh boy,
man! Wow,
that's got to be text of the day right there. That's funny.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yes, Fed fan, you get text of the day. It's funny because it's true. I didn't feel good. Senior Wake and Bake says about the college kids getting paid. Do you think it'll make it better or worse for the NFL? Duo, what do you say? Shut up, Phil. I don't think it's going to make anything better or worse. I think it's going to be a fair shot for these kids to get a little money. Although you do have to think, will that delay some talent from going out of college and into the draft? Because as we know, even some really good players in college go into the draft and then they wash out.
Yeah.
So some of these players may be kind of doing one of these things, trying to figure out which way to go.
Well, and I think at the college level, if Arch Manning is true and he says he can make over $10 million in college, imagine what you and I, the NFL fan, are going to have to fork out for tickets to go see these guys play. Because the salaries are going to be astronomical. Well, you think it's astronomical now for the Kansas City Chiefs quarterback or for Dak Prescott? This is nothing if the colleges are paying these people multiple millions of dollars to play for their program.
The NFL is going to pay you a whole lot more than that.
That's what I just said.
You'll make $10 million over three. Well, okay, let's be honest.
That's what I just
said. College,
and the people going to that college,
it's going
to be on their shoulders to pay the higher premium. This could actually hurt college education in this country for people that are not athletes.
No,
because the what do you mean no? What do you think the tuition
don't have to pay them?
Yeah, the school's not the one who's paying them.
The tuitions are going to go sky high.
Well, time out. No, Randy, understand something. The people who are going to be paying the players are not the schools. It's going to be the shoe company. It's going to be advertisements. The NIL is about you getting your name and likeness. It's not that the school is going to be sitting there peeling off the dollar bill for you.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence gets to go around to Clemson affiliated Showcase Hondas and get a sponsorship.
You want to, hey, son, you want to come play football for us here at Alabama? Here's what we're going to give you.
Well, how's it hurt the other people going to school there, though? I mean,
it's going to
money is being paid from outside sources, not from the college.
It's paying from the outside sources, but it's also going to originate from the college itself.
No, it's not.
We will have this discussion again in just a few years when it comes out that colleges are also.
Are you saying the colleges are going to do a loophole where they say, as part of our advertising budget for the college?
Exactly.
Well, that is fascinating. I never even thought of that.
Exactly.
I really don't think so.
Why would you do that to me like a few minutes before the end of the show? Come up with a very interesting point that my brain is having a hard time grasping.
And we could talk about it tomorrow on this very radio broadcast, but I think it's going to injure the college.
I don't think they're going to be allowed to do it that way.
Well,
yeah.
They don't.
If they've been paying players all along and they have not been caught yet, well, even don't you think they can figure this out? I think they can.
Well, even then, it wasn't being done through boosters and advertisers and stuff
money
like that.
handshake.
It's very interesting. Very interesting thought process, Randy. We'll have to explore that more later. Screaming Eagle says, thanks for another entertaining show. I always learn new sports nuggets from you guys. Have a wonderful evening. Yeah, the damage is done, Screaming Eagle.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did you see that? No, thank you. The most exciting show I've ever heard in all my life.
My cheek is still stinging from that backhanded comment.
Must be a slow doctoring day. Colts fan Dan says, Jeffrey, what are your thoughts on Ed Sheeran and Peyton Manning going into the Hall of Fame on the same ceremony? Edrin in the same ceremony.
Edrin James?
Ed Sheeran. Isn't that the guy, the redheaded guy who
Edrin?
sings?
Yes.
Yeah, he was talking about Edrin James.
Yeah.
It's cool. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, Peyton Manning, I think, loves both the Colts and the Broncos equally. And if he loves anyone more, it will be the Colts because he spent most of his career there. And
of course he will.
Stop snickering. You know I'm right.
Me?
Because even in this latest moment where they're like, hey, are you going to do some stuff with the Broncos? And he's like, yeah, they got some ownership issues. I don't know if I would do anything
When
with
was
this.
this?
Read the news, kid. And he says, my love for the Broncos and the Colts, I still do. It's just at the time that they had offered me stuff, it just wasn't the right time. But really, a lot of people are speculating it has something to do with the ownership issues. So, yeah, find the story. You can read it. And he's in there, and he gives his love to both Broncos and the Colts.
Well, I got news for you guys. Actually, secretly, his mistress is the Arizona Cardinals. He wanted to come here and play.
That's not true.
Yeah, no, that's true.
But it is true that Tom Brady's mistress with the Colts because that was the original team he wanted. But then when they didn't want him, he's like, they're going to stick with that mother effing guy. And that was Phil Rivers.
Yep, I think you're right.
Thunder the San Barbarian says, I think Randy it might be right. We don't know the impact for a few years, but there will be consequences nobody has thought of yet. Like this show and what it's done to this radio station.
Irreparable.
Yep. Damage is done and it's too late. All our checks cash. Hit the Nut says, I think the saying goes, is a good craftsman doesn't blame his tools. Like Phil's girlfriend blames his. What?
Wow.
That's a very confusing
You
sentence.
think I have a girlfriend?
He's like, that's a nice thing anybody said to me in a while. Well, thanks, guys. Hefty Lefty says, if you haven't blamed your clubs or the ball or the shoes or the hat or the position of the sun, you have never played golf.
I don't blame my clubs. I know I suck. I don't have to blame my clubs.
King of Kitten says, you do electric too, Jeffrey? I do want to see a picture of the bathtub you cut up. It actually turned out very nicely. I'll tell you what, I will show you a picture. My wife is very proud. And when the guy from Home Depot came by today, because we're looking for a quote for something else, she was like, see, my husband did this and you weenies wouldn't come do it. Yeah. All right, guys, that's it for us. We'll see you back again tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Bye-bye.
I'm Cisco Miranda, owner of Miranda Delivery Service. As a business owner, my